And you'll send the stream link over?
Never. Yeah.
Sorry, that was over dramatic.
Very good. Well, it's live, but there's nothing showing currently. That's great.
Well, I don't have a camera, so maybe that's why.
Oh, there we go. We're good. Just go to here, please. And then go to here.
Yeah, we weren't planning on doing like face cams or anything, right?
No.
Oh, darn.
Wouldn't want to distract any of you guys with my beauty. Is that how that line goes?
I think so.
I was worried about Mason's,
so.
peanut butter show going on in the background. That'd be really
I did get all the peanut butter out, but there is still some jam. But I kind of like it.
Kind of just jammed up in there, huh?
Did you say ham?
What are you trying to say?
That too.
No, I said jam.
No. It's ham now.
I don't like that.
You're the one who put it up there. All right, so welcome everybody. I put the link in the Thieves of Sharn. Sharn 02.
I have to click.
No, you don't have to. I did that. Gosh. You should already be in. All right, I still have to move over Sunset. I'm going to move over everyone as well. So, did anything else come up that you guys wanted to talk about before we really get going into this?
I did throw up a little bit before it started, but I ate it again, so yeah, not really up.
Good, thank you, Garth.
Weapons-wise, Matt, we're just starting with the basics, right? It makes sense at level 3.
Unless you have enough gold to purchase another one, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh shoot, I didn't finish doing that, but whatever, it's fine. I have shit.
Now, let me fix your token. Oh no! Oh, there we go. It's behind it.
We'll just start out with a shopping episode.
I mean, yeah, that is.
Boy, I can't wait to spend all my gold. All 19 gold.
Dude, you made so much money.
I'm rich.
There we go.
You guys ever get like a peach or a nectarine that's just completely flavorless?
Yeah, I take it back to the store and I punch the owner in the face if he doesn't refund it.
That seems like an underreaction, to be honest.
I agree. You should be thankful.
Let me update you.
The Saturnalia peaches that they have here, those are the best.
I don't think I've ever had one.
They're like the little flat peaches.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about now.
Speaking of peaches, is peaches by chance a homage to Clarissa Mao from The Expanse? Or do you just really like peaches?
Well, no, because there's the song Peaches by Presidents of the United States. I think, millions of peaches for me. Okay. But also my favorite type of tea is like peach tea. And it's also part of like my Reddit username and stuff.
Ah, okay. I was hoping that there was another Expanse fan. I've been trying.
I love The Expanse. I've been trying to get my brother to watch it.
I've been trying to get Matt to watch it for goddamn forever.
You know my favorite part is that the name of that ship is what the LDS. No.
Nauvoo? Well, those are
LDSS Nauvoo.
Yeah. Well, those are Mormons in the show. Yeah.
I know. I love it.
Corporate ass Mormons. Well, what's interesting is like his inspiration for that. So he was living in Salt Lake when he was writing it, and he saw like them spend like $17 billion on a goddamn mall. And he's like, oh, well, like, this is creepy. And, if they can do this, what are they going to do in 200 years, And they're going to build a creepy-ass generation ship.
They'll buy an even bigger mall.
Yeah.
Alrighty. All right, so we're finally ready. I'm sorry for the super long delay. Go ahead and minimize that. It's not minimizing for whatever reason. That might just be broken. Okay. So welcome everybody to the Eberron campaign.
Yay!
If you guys want to, I can mute the export audio on the stream, and you guys can shout obscenities at me for a little while. Get used to it into your voices and such. Do you want to do that or no? Because I kind of want you guys to do that.
Fuck you, man.
I mean,
Not yet. Let me mute first. With that, we will get into tonight's game. So,
This is my actual mic, Matt. Sorry,
oh, sounds good.
that's a testicle.
Let me know if this audio is too loud for you guys. It should be pretty subtle.
It's very
That
subtle.
sounds perfect, yeah.
I'll turn it up a little bit more in case you guys need me to. So you've made your ways to the lower levels of the Tavix Landing District. I'll go ahead and move everybody over to Sharn. Great. Now my thing's acting stupid. There we go. Pull the scene. Oh, and that's still up. So, you've made your way to the lower city area district, to Tavix Landing here. The message you guys had received, as this thing is currently fighting me horribly. Oh my goodness, I gotta figure out a different way to do that.
Dear God.
Pretty much, yeah. An infamous group of thieves and assassins has invited you to join their ranks. The Suits. Among their ranks, take a playing card for a name. Queen of Hearts, King of Hearts, Queen of Diamonds, etc. You all find yourselves at different points throughout the day, walking down a dimly lit alley, and soon opening up the door to the Silver Tankard Tavern and Cabaret. Inside is is pretty quiet, save for a lonely warforged sitting on top of a stage in the center. You seem to be playing a cheery yet somber tune. Behind her is a piano playing, and she herself is playing a violin to this. There in front of the stage is a strong-looking humanoid with a large hood at the table near the foot of the stage. A Goliath to your left stands behind a bar, cleaning a glass. Whether they are just finished with the rush or preparing for one, you do not know. To your right, near the wall, in a dim light, you see two other individuals who seem to be in the middle of a game of cards. And a lone individual sulks against the right wall, just like directly to your right. I'll have you all enter this area, just at your own time. I don't know if you guys want to roll like an initiative to see who gets here first, or if someone decides to go first. Here, we'll have you guys. As I said, you'll be entering at different times of the day, or pretty close to the same time, I should say. But you will go in and kind of describe your character and have them approach any one of the 5 people that are in this hall. The only person you really can't approach directly is going to be the Warforged up on the stage. So, who would like to introduce their character first?
I guess I'll go. I'm an Aarakocra, like barely over 4 feet tall. Got like a leather vest on. My feathers are silvery gray, but they've got like a almost opalescent shine to them. And then on my back, you can see where there's like a big scar, and there's feathers missing, and you can just see this really gnarled scar. Pretty young, blue eyes. Other than that, not much.
Okay. And where would they like to go?
I'll take a seat a few tables back from that center table you described at the foot of the stage.
Okay. As you step in and you look around, you actually notice all of the individuals, besides the Warforged, are all wearing a bone white, very like smooth mask. And all of them, either on some location, whether small or large, will have a color, a suit, and a number or a card number.
That's all the Warforged.
All but the Warforged. The Warforged does not have is not wearing. Her face in general is on the smoother side. I can actually. Oh shoot! I forgot to throw her character artwork in here. I can get that in here though, but I'll get you her face.
It's Warforged. I'm okay.
So, you are sitting behind. And as you sit behind the guy, there's one that's sitting right at the foot of the stage. And as you sit there, you can see him. You can see a hand reach out and kind of like as if he's really listening and enjoying to the music. It's almost as if he's like imagining himself leading the music here.
Okay.
You do notice from his hand and the rest of his body that this is a leonin, a lion humanoid. He's singing along and humming. I should say singing, but he's humming very loudly along to the song in perfect tune.
And you said they all have like a color associated with them?
Yes. You can't really see his mask because he's not facing towards you. You're behind him, but and he has like a hood on, so you can't really see anything. Like clothes wise, they're all black. Their masks are all bone white, and then they'll have like a symbol of the card in color.
Okay.
And suit, so that is somewhere on the mask. You don't know what his mask looks like.
Okay, gotcha. I can't see.
Unless you like walked up or you grabbed his attention.
No, I don't feel comfortable enough for that.
Okay. So, with that, who wants to go next?
So, Garth would kind of... Wait, do we have any, like, direction as far as, like, coming to this bar? Like, we're just summoned to the bar?
You were just told to come to this bar here in Tavik's Landing. This bar is strangely, like, there's... Like, you had, like, a direct, like, map, kind of, to get to it. But it's where it's at is kind of strange. It's not, like... It's not a front. It's actually down the side alley. It's, like, a really thin, like, 7-foot, maybe sometimes 10-foot wide alley. Super dark, and there's just, like, a lone blue lantern that was just outside the door. That brought you into this place.
So, Darth is like a 7-foot tall, kind of hunched over, hulking frame, but he walks gingerly. Like, you don't hear him come by. Like, he's not bumbling through. Like, he's just trying to be as quiet as possible. Like, you see traces of, like, black ash all over his fur, and he's just covered in fur. But he's wearing a black hood as he comes in, and it's like, you know, it's like a cat that gets like seen, like a stray cat that suddenly like knows that you see them. Like he comes into the room and is kind of like, oh crap, and then just tries to hide against the shadows in the wall and just kind of like scoots along the side of the wall.
Okay. Does he go and talk to anyone or no?
No, he's gonna try to hide in the shadows.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
All right.
I try that in real life all the time.
If you're speaking, we cannot hear you. Maybe he's counting.
Sorry, I'm just figuring out what my stealth modifier is there.
Oh, you're good. You're good. 19. What's your passive perception, Hellivore, Mason?
My passive perception is 11.
11. So you do not notice Garth enter at all.
A giant bugbear.
Yeah. He is pretty quiet.
Classic me.
You think you're pretty well hidden. No one seems to really have looked in your direction, Garth. So you're free to kind of like sulk or skirt as you wish.
Yeah, he's kind of it's awkward if anybody could see me because he's just like sucked up against the wall. Like yeah, he's just big hulking frame that's just like hiding in the shadows if possible. But like if you do see him, it's like what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, it's pretty dim in here. It would be considered dim light, so you would be able to melt in pretty easily. Do you communicate with anyone, or you just kind of sit against the wall there?
I guess he's gonna kind of come over to the person that's also hiding.
They're not really hiding; they're just like standoffish.
Yeah. Oh, the person, the one that's like doing the whole Strider thing in the side.
Yeah, they're just acting standoffish. Like they're not trying to hide at all. So.
Okay, so he's gonna kind of scoot over to them and be like, "Hey, I'm Garth, and I was supposed to come here, or something. Sorry."
Right, as you speak to this, it's you can kind of see she had it's a feminine form, wearing a hood. She kind of looks in your direction, and you will see a queen of diamonds on her, a black queen of diamonds on her mask.
And that's the person.
Oh shit! Sorry, and he's gonna try to like hide in the shadows some more.
As you try to hide, she goes, "Yes, I smelt you when you came in." And then she just kind of like, she doesn't say much else, and she just kind of looks back towards the, looks like she's watching the card game that's happening.
Okay, he's gonna shuffle it over to somebody else, but still you're gonna try to hide. But yeah, that's what he's gonna do right now.
Okay, so while you're shuffling elsewhere, who wants to walk in through the door?
I can.
All right. Go ahead and is it? I guess I need to ask. Is it Cheekwid, Mason?
Kikid.
Kikid. Okay,
Yeah.
Kikid. Garth. Is it Thyra or Tyra?
Tyra.
Tyra. Okay. So go ahead and describe your character.
I flounce in the door.
You hear the door bust open. Not quite at all compared to Garth.
Flounce in the door. Am I the only human there?
As you look around, you see. You can't really tell any kind of species. The bartender's definitely large. He looks human, but likely a Goliath. The only person who looks human, or has like the same physique as a human, is one of the people playing cards. The other one is a halfling, for sure.
Okay. Well, I'm just a regular human, darkly tanned from being outdoors a lot. And I'm going to head over to the two people playing cards. And if there's an empty seat, sit down and see if I can join the game.
Okay. As you go and there is a seat. As you go and sit down beside them, the halfling's kind of laughing like, "Keep on losing, Jester, and you'll keep on getting me rich." And you see the halfling is wearing a mask that has a black jack of clubs on it, and the one who we call Jester actually has a Joker symbol on his face. And the human's all, yeah, I'm still learning the rules. And the one who's stealing the cards, the halfling jack of clubs, he looks over in your direction. "Ah, we have another one. Buy-in's 1 copper. What do you say?"
Count me in.
All right. So you throw in a copper piece, and she goes, and he goes, all right. And he deals out the cards. We'll say it's like a form of blackjack. If you want to go ahead and roll, we'll say 2d6s. and you got a pretty good hand. It's not like a blockbuster hand, but it is up there. So with that, let me do a private roll here.
What is it?
The you see the whatchamacallit, the Jack of Clubs. He goes, I'll raise it another copper piece. It looks like they're just betting copper pieces. Like, it's not like they're doing it just for like to almost like track wins or whatnot, essentially. And if you look, the Jack of Clubs, he has like 2 silver worth of copper pieces near him, and the jester has like 3. Like, he's been losing obviously this whole time, and the jester's looking kind of frustrated with his hand currently. I'll let you decide on how you want to play in just a sec. We'll go ahead and move on to our final.
Would I have recognized her when she came in?
Definitely, especially with how loud, you would have definitely heard her come in and saw her like kind of saunter over to there.
Okay, I'm watching.
Okay. From where you're sitting, Helivore, what's your passive perception?
11.
11. If you want to try to see, you'd be able to see Jack's cards. If you want to roll a perception check,
Okay, yeah.
if you can actually like make them out,
Let me see here.
I can do a request. Skill check, not persuasion, perception for Cheekwood. Crest wall. All right, 12. It's still a bit too far for you to take out. You can make out one of them is one of them's like, they're both the same color, they're both the same suit, and one of them looks to be a numbered card, probably a 10 or a 9.
Okay.
The other one is a face card, but you can't make out which face card it is.
Gotcha.
So while you're looking at that, David, your character enters in. How do they enter?
So SDO17 is gonna come into the bar, kind of with a sense of purpose, seeing as how he was invited. So you see a 6'7", pretty tall, pretty dense Warforged come into the room, and he's clearly kind of a recent model from the war effort. He's if you at this point, you probably would have seen things like R2-D2, maybe like droids from the Droid War. This one's fairly humanoid, think more like Iron Man, and actually really not too far off from what's on the waiting screen. So something like that. He would have 6 fingers on each hand, and he's got a kind of an inlaid, almost like an indented chest, where, I don't know if you were astute or intelligent or familiar enough with archery, you can see he's kind of designed to be able to pull a bow as efficiently as possible. He has SD-C written on his left deltoid area. Not written, it's inscribed onto his metal piece, and he's basically formed of mostly metal plates varying between like a bronze color and a silver color, and then where there isn't metal, you see like a hard, almost like a root, like a hard wood, but that would be flexible. So he's going to, his eyes are these 2 kind of large glowing orbs set into his head that glow blue. So he's gonna come in and head over to the. You said it was a lion humanoid.
Yeah, a leonin. They are very much like think of like a tabaxi, but instead of like the cat, it's like full blown like lion, like mane and everything. So
Okay. And are they common, Matt and
no,
Sean?
they'd be considered an exotic.
Exotic? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna walk right up to the Leonin and say, produce his little emblem that he was given at the Silver Tankard. It's got the keen over the crown, and say, "Hello, I was invited. I have not seen one of you before."
A quick question: do you move very like smooth, very very like normal for like a human would move? Is your move like robotic, or is it like eerily smooth?
Yeah, it's extremely efficient. It would be
okay.
It's very fluid and almost silent.
Gotcha.
Like you'd have to really perk your ear to hear any kind of effect of my body operating. Obviously, I take steps, but yeah.
Let me see if he's pretty involved in the music that is currently singing. So let me see if he actually even notices you before you speak. Give me just a sec. I'd say he doesn't. So whenever you say that, like the Leonin had one hand behind his head and the other one kind of like directing a small little orchestra essentially. And as you say that, he kind of like sits up and he goes, "Oh, oh, hey, sorry, didn't recognize you walk in." And you look on his face, and he actually has the red King of Hearts on his mark. And it's actually pretty big on his right hand side of his mask. He goes, didn't hear you come in. I heard the others, but let's see. Sonnet, that'd be enough for now. We have our guests here. And the music stops, and Sonnet simply bows, and he gives a soft little clap. And as he's making his way up on top of the stage, and Sonnet kind of backs off to the side there. Sonnet being the Warforged. Oh, and I have her artwork here, so I can display that for you guys. So that is roughly what she looks like. Very organic in her metal and such.
Ew.
She's fabulous.
Stupid, sexy robots. So,
anyone who knows, I'm also stealing artwork from video games. That's Wisp from a video game. Anyways.
Is that Warframe?
Yeah, that's a Warframe.
Okay, yeah.
Warframe, Warforged. It fits. It was like, yeah, that's kind of how
it is literally the same, yeah.
Why would a robot need memories? Is that like...
She's a bard, so maybe she's used for remember, all these things were meant for combat or espionage. You know what? Go ahead. If you're curious, you can roll a history check or an intelligence check.
No, I think I'm good.
It's too late. I'm asking you. I'm forcing you.
All right. History check. All right. So
history. I'm sending it to you.
Yeah, I think I have a +1 to that.
You know jack shit as to why she looks sexy.
I'm confused. Yeah, it's just a +1. It's just a +1. Forget that second one.
Yeah.
More to see what my...
All right, so you don't know why this robot has been designed with memories, but clearly she has been designed with them.
I hate them.
So, with that, all the others. We'll go ahead and resolve as he's sitting there. I'll ask you real quick, Tyra. Do you stay in or do you fold on your hand?
I message her and tell her that I see a 9 or a 10 and which one was he?
The Jack of Clubs.
The Jack of Clubs.
Tyra, you would know that if the cards are sequential, he wins. If they're not, you win. It's close.
Well, do I notice that there's stuff going on with Leonin and the other people in there? That are they getting together?
You could definitely see that he's trying to gather the crowd. The people who you're currently sitting with are definitely part of the same crowd that's trying to gather, but it looks like they want to finish the hand first.
I'll
So
fold.
you're just gonna fold?
Yeah.
Okay. And at that, the Jack of Clubs put his cards down, and it's a 10 and a Jack, sequential. Yours were not sequential, so his did beat yours barely. And then the Jester puts his down, and he sets it down, and then like he moves it a little bit, and he has 3 cards. And he goes, "I win." And he just grabs the coins and moves off to the side. You didn't see when he somehow got a 3rd card, but he was losing the entire time, and somehow was cheating to lose or something. Whether intentional or not, you don't know. So, everyone kind of gathers. You all kind of sit. He's not like gathering everybody to the middle. It's more of like getting attention. If you guys want to move to sit at the tables at the front, you're more than welcome to. He's kind of like waiting to see if everyone's just going to sit where they are or if they're going to move closer.
I do have one other question. How likely is it that I would know SD017? We are in House Canon together. I just don't know if I would have seen him before, or if it's just that big that I would have no idea.
I would say I'll have you guys discuss that out of game. That's entirely up to you guys. Since you were both out of sire at some point, you would definitely know of his model. Since you are or at one point an agent for House Cannith, you would know that his model is like a model that's made for like kind of for scouting, but it's more of to like find little pockets of like resistance and eliminate them. Like he is while he's good at seeking things, he's better at killing things. If that makes sense. Like, he's not like an assassin robot where he's like super, super stealthy all the time and just like goes for super high profile targets. But you would know that that's generally what the make of the machine was for.
Gotcha.
Correct. I did explain that correctly, right, David?
Yeah. I mean, the large. I make no effort to hide the SD-C, so I don't know. Depending on how involved people were in the war effort before the war ended, or before I should say, really the morning. He might have some idea what that means, what that stands for.
Okay. So if you guys want to PM each other, more than welcome to do that on some more of the history there.
So Garth is going to want to he's going to get closer, but just stick to the walls as much as he can and try to like get close to the conversation, but not sit at the table. Yeah.
Do you go to the right on the wall and run into the elf, or do you go to the left and hit the bar?
I hit the bar.
Okay. The Goliath that's sitting there still just cleaning a glass. Doesn't really seem like he's paying much attention to anything around him. You do notice on his mask there is a black ace of spades.
Can I?
Yeah, what's up?
Can I wave Cheekwood over to my table?
Yeah. So Cheekwood, you see Tyra. Are you like very animated with it as well?
Yeah, let's go for that. A very enthusiastic, happy ushering over of like, come sit.
Okay. What do you do, Cheekwood? Mason?
Sorry, I was mentioning David.
How dare you?
I'm so sorry.
Put the peanut butter away.
I'd love to.
And it's still stuck.
Sorry, refresh me on what just happened.
Tyra is waving you over to sit beside her.
Oh yeah, I'll go sit beside her.
Okay. So you move over and you sit there.
Sit down and.
Okay, you move over to the sidewall over there. Sorry, I thought you were going to take a little more time to explain it, so I took a bite of food.
You're good.
All right. So, as the king, it's not the king, but as King walks up onto the stage, Sees everybody's kind of listening there. He then announces out loud to everyone, "Welcome, hopefuls. We are happy to have you as potential recruits for recruits for our group." He's speaking very like cheery and confidently.
Okay.
Like a much more rich voice than what I can portray. I see some of you have already begun getting familiar with us. Good. Before we begin detailing the bigger plans of action, we would like to have you do a test of sorts. It's simple. Just steal a bag of holding, and, if applicable, remove any heat you acquired while doing so. Now, when I say steal a bag of holding, I mean the bag of holding, not steal the funds and buy a bag. Steal the bag. Sonnet here will have potential leads and will provide you with some tactical information. Think of this as seeing how well you all work together. Sonnet, that includes you. And with that, he kind of waves his hand and starts to move back down to get off the stage, and like you can see he remembers something. He gets back up top, and he also goes, "Also, check in with Ace there at the bar. He'll give you some keys to some lodging down the road. We have an open tab over there, so when you're there, drink and eat to your heart's content. You have a week to steal this bag of holding and shake off any heat you may have acquired along the way. If you fail, well, I suppose we'll get to that if that happens. If you can complete this mission in 3 days, we'll see about getting a better reward. And with that, get to planning." And he then steps off, and Sonnet will kind of walk up and just kind of like wait to see where you guys are wanted to convene and group up at.
So you out of the darkness, you see like a big long ass arm reach out and like raise its hand, and be like, question, by eliminate you mean murder, right?
He looks over and he goes, "However you see fit, as long as you're not chased and bring any heat back to here to us, we're fine. However you receive it."
Okay.
There's much better ways than murder.
Are you guys all kind of grouping together? There's like a bit larger table, kind of by the bar. If you guys want to all kind of like sit down and talk amongst yourselves.
It was just us and the other Warforged that he was talking to, right?
Correct. Everyone else there looks to be. The king has moved over and is now playing cards with the other two. The queen is still sitting in the corner of the wall there, sulking, and Jack or Ace, I mean, is just got done cleaning one glass and has moved on to a next glass and is cleaning. By the way, no one else has entered the door. Like, and it's just you guys and those five, and the other five.
The stupid, sexy Warforged is joining us on this mission.
He said that she will be able to provide you. If you want to ask her questions whenever you guys all sit down, then you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
So I assume everyone's moving or not yet.
Did we get the name of the lion in? Sorry if I missed it.
King is what he's been going by.
King. Okay.
So the Leonin is. I don't know if you guys want to write this down. I can also put it in the Discord even later. The Leonin is King of Hearts. The Goliath at the bar is Ace of Spades. The Halfling dealer is Jack of Clubs. The human that was there is the Jester. And the elf that was sulking in the corner is Queen of Diamonds.
Okay. I would look over at Kikid and kind of turn my gaze and say, Aarakocra, about 4 feet tall, silvery gray feathers, and a big scar on the back. I do believe we have met before.
Yeah. You don't have to describe me every time.
I love it.
My apologies.
Apologizing just makes it worse somehow.
I am sorry for apologizing. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see
Canadian. made robot.
Is that a maple leaf? I see.
I love syrup. No, just kidding.
I am sorry, but you have been terminated.
I bleed syrup.
No,
All right.
yeah, I'd say it is so relieving to see a fellow help me out, Matt. Syrian people from Scythian, Syrian.
Call him Sith. Yeah, I don't know what that would be.
It's so
Hailing
good
from
to see
Sire?
a
I don't
fellow-
know. Yeah.
Syrian.
a fellow individual from Sire.
Yeah, it is nice that I know a couple people here because I was not feeling very good about how I got the letter. So
It was a
Sweet.
mysterious event for me as well.
yeah,
Not used to getting unwanted attention.
yeah, I agree.
Well,
Boy.
Cheekwood, introduce us to your friend.
We're just a part of the same house. I mean, I've only met him a couple times, but he seems nice. Sunsea, his Sunset. His name is Sunset.
Yes,
As you say that his name is Sunset, the feminine Warforge, you can see like a couple of because she has like she's like a sight array, and you see a couple of those like bits on her array kind of like light up, and as if like she's like taking a mental note on the name.
can I do a check, Matt, to see if I know what type of unit she is?
Do a
Like her original purpose, right? Like what she was built for.
Yeah, it would be either not intelligence, like a history check, or let's say, I think history is going to be the best one. Either history or probably Arcana would be the two, whichever one's higher for you. I guess I'll just throw the request at you. I keep forgetting that I have the power to do that. I'm sorry.
You have the power.
I've got the power. History, dude.
Why don't you request everybody at the table to do this one thing, like I kept doing last week?
All right. If you guys are curious, there you go. Request the Wells. We'll take your first one.
I was just kidding.
It's too late.
I was making a jab at how shitty a DM I was last week. So, and my mic was off, and I was requesting rolls from everybody. Is like, what? Are we dying? Why are we dying? What?
Well, you are such a shitty GM. Jeez, so bad.
All right. Anyone? You haven't rolled yet. If you want to know, Garth.
Oh.
Okay. So, Sunset, you're the only one who does not know likely what her job is, even though you're the one who requested the role.
I guess there really is no inherent like Warforged kinship skill or anything to buff that, so makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you got off the simply lineup of fellow makes and models, not of like a variety of them. The rest of you guys would know her likely to be an assassination unit. Generally one that is, that she has both surprisingly a high charisma and a high dexterity.
And this is making me really comfortable.
So as you guys kind of like take notice and really like figure out what she is, the rest of you, if you have a passive insight higher than, I would say probably 12, you would see that Cheekid is a little off put sitting with this sonnet. So
where's the table that everyone's sitting at?
You guys are pretty close to the bar, kind of close to where Ace of Spades is.
Okay, so Garth is gonna like try to be as close to the wall and in the shadow, and then just gonna sit down on the bench, and you guys would hear the bench creaking.
All right.
Yeah. He's there, but he just doesn't say anything.
I'm gonna get up and say, like, before any of this begins, I really need a drink, and I'm gonna go grab something from the bar.
Okay. As you walk up to the bar, The rest of you want to be doing anything while Cheekhead goes and does this?
Hi, I'm Garth. I was the guy over there in the shadow. Now I'm over here.
No, none of you guys notice him come in. By the way, so like he did just kind of like come out of the shadows and sit down beside you guys.
I visibly jump.
Because he's tall.
Yeah.
Like he's like twice your height.
Yeah.
It was like a hairy spider with only 4 legs came out by you.
I mean, they did see the disembodied arm that just like popped out. That was just like Harry and Henderson's arm, like asking a question. But like, yeah, and then suddenly he's like sitting by everybody.
I'm really good at hiding and like catching things, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
As you say that, once again, you see Sonnet looking like she's making a mental note.
Pleasure to meet you, Garth.
You're okay. Hi.
All right. As you guys are having this kind of awkward conversation in first meeting, Cheeked, you walk up to the bar, and Ace is sitting there. He sets down the glass and then kind of puts the bar cloth over his shoulder, and looks in your direction and is all looks in your direction for a little bit. Doesn't say anything. Looks back down, and you see him start preparing a drink. He puts down a small glass. Puts, from what you can tell, the drink he's preparing is I can't remember what it's called.
Is it strong?
It's on the stronger side. It's
It's
a what's the one with the it's like either it's a type of whiskey or brandy with syrup and like an orange peel.
An old fashioned?
Old fashioned. Gentleman was coming to my mind. It's like, it's not gentleman. What is the name? It is not gentleman. Sorry. Yeah, an old fashioned. He makes an old fashioned and just and throws it your way.
Yeah, I'll take it. What do I owe you?
He doesn't say anything. He then picks up another glass and goes to cleaning it. He cleans it full of it, sees you're still standing there, and he just goes, nothing. Free.
Okay, I say nothing and walk back.
All right. So as you come back, you see this kind of awkward conversation between Garth and Tyra currently happening. With Sonnet seems to be kind of like she's leaned in a little bit more, trying to like watch and listen. But it's how she is listening. It doesn't sound like she's necessarily listening to the conversation, but trying to like get a profile / read on everybody on everyone.
Just documenting.
Yeah.
So I Sunset would walk directly up to Sonnet.
Okay. What's your passive perception or passive investigation? Actually,
passive investigation. Oh, that one's lower. 12.
12. You don't know a count, but you do see like, and you would know of these. You see several different like spheres inside her person. Like, the ones you'll be able to visibly see immediately are going to be one on each near each shoulder, kind of like the base of the neck. On her figure, one. Are you approaching? If you're approaching, actually, I'm trying to think. You would see at least 2 or 3 of these spheres. If you're kind of approaching, I'll see you're approaching from the kind of side. You'd also notice one kind of at the base where like on a human, the skull meets the neck. You'd see like another like small little dent, but definitely a sphere. And these seem to be kind of like slowly spinning and rotating. You would know these to be as a docent or a docent. I don't know how to pronounce it. Which is like a
docent, yeah.
Docent, which is like a secondary kind of minor processing / brain that gets thrown inside that Warforged are able to use. And she, like, usually they only have one. She has 3 visible.
Ew.
And we'd all be able to see that?
You'd be able to see like some slight movements on the shoulders. If you guys want to roll I can request another intelligence check to see who would know about. You would know about the docent, Cheekid. I'll have.
And you're saying I would too, Matt? Or
You would know simply because you are a. I'll do history.
Bird.
So Garth and Tyra, if you guys want to roll a investigation check to see if you guys know.
I would know.
Or history check, I mean.
What?
You're part of House Canada.
Gotcha.
You guys see the orbs, Tyra and Garth, but you do not know what they are for.
Is it unusual for a Warforged to have 3 of them?
Yes. Generally, a Warforged will only have one, and that's if like they are a strategic one. Like it needs to offload processing. The fact she has 3 is like that's crazy.
That has increased my anxiety once again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now anyone with the passive insight of, I would say probably 10 or higher would notice like your feathers are like getting a bit ruffled as you.
Again, I am a 4-foot tall bird.
Garth has a pretty high passive perception, and he's just gonna sniff a little bit and be like, is the bird okay?
Yeah, so Sunset would notice that his friend, is a little anxious. That's why he walked over directly to what was making him anxious in the first place, and he's gonna see these docents and say to Sonnet, again, he doesn't. He speaks like he doesn't pick up if he maybe shouldn't speak quite all the time.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna walk up and say, "Oh my, you are stacked with docents. What was your prime directive?"
You actually see like it's very unnerving whenever you speak, because are you like kind of, is this still in your approach where you're still kind of behind her, or are you?
Nope, I walked like directly in front of her, and
well, she's sitting
like,
down at the table right now.
Okay, then
He steps on the table.
I would walk behind her and tap her on the shoulder.
Okay,
and then say that whether or not she turned around.
I'm gonna need
not on Gossen.
Yeah. No, I need Chicken. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw to see if you're gonna be scared or not.
Okay, gotcha.
Plus
1.
So as he's figuring this out, is what you guys see. 12. Okay, you don't like scream.
Okay.
Internally? Yeah, just internally, because what you see is, and what everyone kind of sees is her head doesn't turn. It's like pieces of her metal like shifts, and like then her head is sideways. It's like almost like turned, and like rather than like turning the head, the whole body like reformed to be looking at Sunset.
Yeah, I down my drink.
Like she like there was no like, if you were to look at it like in the shadow, it wouldn't look like she turned her head at all, but she suddenly has attention towards Sunset again.
Get ready in case I need to sprint for the door.
All right, let me see if she notices just how spooked everyone is getting. Hold on.
I'm just acutely aware of what she's capable of.
Yeah,
and how smart she is.
I am not, so I'm just asking her blatantly.
I would say yeah. She can see definitely you are getting scared. Probably not Garth, just because she hasn't really experienced a bugbear very much, and she can see that Tyra, that you're getting a bit nervous or nervous here. She then kind of like sees and goes, "All right, well, I suppose it is time for my introduction. For I am Sonnet, designation," and then like it's like sounds like static for a little bit, and then she goes, "Unknown. I am an information gatherer. I have a docent network across the city." And as you say that, essentially is what she said, and you would be able to understand this, Sunset and Cheekid. is that she's connected to other docents throughout the city. She's almost like a big brother, almost like things, what she just basically said.
Now I'm really comfortable.
As she sits there, I'm, and let me make a private roll here to see if she passes this.
We all die.
But she says, I am a non-combat unit designated for information gathering. You would know that is a. Go ahead and roll an insight. She just rolled deception, so roll an insight contesting.
For me?
Actually, you know what? No, anyone who has a passive insight of 10 or higher, you know that she's full of shit.
She's full of shit.
13. Okay.
Okay, yeah, my passive insight's higher than 10, so.
She's packing.
Yes, she. You could tell that was not necessarily an attempt to say that she's not dangerous, but to try to make people calm down. Like, no, I'm not a threat. You know, kind of like that is how she's trying to pass that off.
What I'm getting from her is that she's trying to.
Yes, that is what you get. That she's trying to like keep lower the tensions as they are currently. That's what she's attempting to do, but she also, she's not trying to hide the fact that she is dangerous. She's just trying to say like, I'm not a threat to you guys, and that her attempt was to say like, I'm not combat focused. The other part, where she said that she has the meant for intelligence gathering, that seemed pretty on the nose and truthful though. What's up, David?
So non-combat. Okay.
Garth would whisper over to the Goliath. Do you have any fermented goat's milk?
The Ace of Spades looks over at you and goes,
What about just any kind of fermented milk? That's kind of.
You see him he does another once, kind of looks up, and then you see him walk off to the side and kind of step through a curtain.
Yes. The idea of milk to me as an avian disgusts me to my core.
So you're frightened and disgusted. Who did you just leave?
So character.
Oh, are you? Can you hear us again?
Yeah, sorry, my computer halfway crashed, so I've missed the past 30 seconds. I'm sorry.
Not much happened. Garth asked for a drink of milk. Yeah. Cheeky Kid is disgusted, and you guys find out that she was kind of full of shit, but is trying to mainly saying that she's just trying to keep you guys calm.
Okay.
So not much has passed here. But as you guys are waiting for as Garth is waiting for the milk, she kind of speaks up again, and she says, "I have collected 3 different locations for possible bags of holding. One is from Eltirian's Emporium, a typical magic store where you can purchase or sell magical items. They specialize in refurbishing magical items. The other is from an individual in the Fallen District of Dura. Her name is Carolyn Briggs, mother of a failed adventurer. She seems to have a collection disability or disorder, and will likely still have the belongings of her past son. The final would likely be with a new group of thugs named the Death Slashers. They are...
I know who the Death Slashers are? Sorry.
You would. They're a new gang, and they're very violent. Because they're trying to make a place for themselves. And they have taken up in one of the older foundries in the Cogs. And you know that they are basically running kind of a protection racket, and are employing Warforged as basically slave labor, free labor, because they don't understand what labor is for some stuff. They are currently working down there and have offered protection services to those who find themselves in their turf. There is likely one of these people might have had a bag at some point and you might be able to find one there. I can continue searching, however, for other potential leads, but these are the main three.
Would any of us have ever even come into contact with a bag of holding, or someone that had one in the past? So, like any other instances of bags of holding that we would know of?
So you guys, Chikid and Tyra, you guys would have known of one during the vault theft. Sunset probably not. Haven't really used too much. You're mostly a whatever's on you type of individual. And Garth, you would definitely know of a bag of holding, but you haven't really come into contact with anyone that has one.
Well, I'll say this right now. I'm definitely off-put by that gang, so I prefer to focus on any of the other two, but that's my opinion.
What was the first one? Sorry, Matt, I didn't catch the first one.
Magic shop.
Magic store, still from a magic shop.
Oh,
Garth with Gafam. Well, I don't know. They're not that tough. They're just kind of, yeah. I don't know. I don't like taking from old ladies, even though they're humans.
And while hers might seem the easiest on the surface, if she's a collector, who knows where it would be hidden or buried amongst all of her stuff. So, seems a little too much trouble.
As you guys are sitting there, Sonnet speaks up and goes, well, we do have 1 week's time to complete this objective. If we would like to split up and observe and view and watch these different locations, perhaps we can get some more information that way. Let's see which one would be the better option.
I can check on the death guys. Yeah, I know all about
guys?
Whatever. I know the gang. I know where they live.
This Caroline Briggs, on the contrary, may not have a use for this bag of holding. There may be an entrance there. Also, a mother without a progeny may not have much reason to live.
Was she topside? Oh God!
Are you suggesting talking her into suicide?
What was the old lady? Where was she at?
She's in the lower city in the Fallen District. I think I misspoke to you guys. The Fallen District is where that tower broke, not the Broken Arches.
Oh, okay. So there's not like a whole lot of like law enforcement heat over in that direction.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, most law enforcement has there's some, but they're just doing it out of the goodness of their hearts. The majority of law enforcement in that area has actually left. Like they're not getting paid to patrol that area.
You said that was from a terrorist attack, right?
Yeah, it happened happened during the last war. So it's been a while. It's probably been like 60 years, or probably closer to 20 to 30 years, I think. I'll have to look in the book again as to exactly when it happened. But it's been in disarray, and no one wants to put money in to fix the Fallen District. So it's just been getting worse. There's also the rumor of individuals called ravers there, which are basically like psychos from Borderlands. That too.
Would I know that? Would that be common knowledge?
Yeah, that would be common knowledge for anyone under of the Fallen District and the ravers. No one really knows why the ravers are. They're basically like feral people. Okay. All races. Surprisingly, not very many Warforged are down there that are feral, if at all. That's mostly like organic species.
I did not, like Sunset would have read the room at his last statement. I did not mean to come across as heartless, although I do not have a heart. I do believe I have a soul, however, and therefore I mean to say, my calculations show a decent probability Caroline Briggs will be the easiest means of obtaining the bag of holding.
If it's so easy, why do they need a team to, like, if you could just snatch it, then, like, you know, I don't know about that one. That one creeps me out.
Sonnet speaks up and goes, this is simply a means for us to work together as a team, as King had said. How easy or difficult it is was not part of their objective. They simply wanted to see if we could accomplish it as a team.
Sunset would look over at Sonnet and say, my experience has proven that honesty is fundamental to teamwork. That's it. That's all you'd say.
She'll be quiet for a little bit and she'll go, all right, I lied. I'm good at killing.
That somehow puts me more at ease. admitting that to me puts me more at ease.
And once again, like as you guys like show a little more of your personality, like you see more like you guys get the sense that she's like recording different personality quirks from you guys.
Ew.
And it is trying to use that as a means to get together, not to get together, but to better get along.
She's like mimicking.
No.
She's
She's like
mirroring.
She's like recording them and using that as, oh, that was a bad thing to do. This was a good thing to do. She's trying to understand her dynamic in the party.
Well, I can't say it's a bad idea to scout out these areas. Check out what we're up against.
What was the gang called again? Sorry.
Death slashers.
Death slashers. Okay, yeah.
Oh, they were death claws.
Their name is rather silly, I believe, even as a warforged. They seem to be trying to use more of a shock and awe system to gain territory.
Would Garth have run into them in the Ash Black, or who was like the victims of the Ash Black attack?
They would be people that kind of like moved in after the Ash Black. But these guys, you would know that the Death Slashers, a lot of the gangs moved in after the Ash Black. You would know that the like this gang is new, like probably within the last like 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
So you haven't had any interactions with them directly because they kind of stick to their Warforged clientele. They seem to go after Warforged as potential workers more than anything.
Okay, so Garth would volunteer to check out the Death Slashers.
Would Sunset know that they you subjugate Warforged?
You would not. You'd have to have told that from someone.
Okay.
They're into robots. I'd probably know that, being a resident of the Cogs.
In that case, Sunset would perk up and look over at Garth. Hello, interesting individual. Nice to meet you. What does it mean by they are into robots?
Make them do stuff. I don't know. They just got a lot of the guys like you. They're doing stuff, but they're not robots. They just make the robots do stuff.
You would know that they're based in a ironworks foundry, and that they use the robots for labor within the ironworks and also collecting scrap for this ironworks. They're kind of like they have the robots. Think of beginning of the first of the new sequel Star Wars movies, where all those people are collecting scrap from random like destroyed ships and such. That's what they're having the Warforged do, and then like they also operate the foundry that scrap goes into.
I don't know what you mean by that, because that movie never happened. So
That's true. That's true. So imagine like a force sensitive type user.
Oh god.
like you could name any other number of like tropey like Junkyard Planet. Like that is.
That's the one. That's the first one that came to mind. I'm sorry. Okay, just because it's a scar doesn't mean it's not going to be the first thing that comes up. All right. So you two want to go check out the Death Slashers area. Cheekid and Tyra, do you guys want to come along as well?
Begrudgingly.
Okay. Sana will speak up. I will stay here. I prefer not to stay out in the open for very long, if at all. So she's opting to stay at the tavern there.
Would Sonnet be able to get a little birdie in her information network to go sit outside of the magic shop and count the number of people going in and out for the busiest times, or would we have to do that ourselves?
Too smart.
So as you ask Sonnet this, you see her calculating for a little bit, and as she's sitting there, she goes, I will not have an observer there, a direct observer there until tomorrow. But it is possible, yes.
Would you be able to know the name of the son of this, the dead son of, what was her name? Caroline Biggs?
Yeah, Carolyn Briggs.
Briggs?
His name is currently unknown. I simply know that that he had passed. I can also look into this. I should be able to get this to you within a few hours.
That would be much appreciated.
As like you guys are assigning tasks to her, you see like as the first task hits, you see the one of the dockets on her shoulder like start to spin and kind of light up a little bit, and then with the second task of finding the name, the second docent that you guys can see spins up and starts lighting up a little bit as if it's working a little harder.
You know, Tyra, we could just get a tiny orphan to like watch the place for a little bit of money, and then yeah, that could do it. If she can't do it today.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, if you know any tiny little orphans.
Yeah, I mean, cogs are full of them.
I will say it will take this orphan a good the shop. She didn't say exactly where the shop. The shop is located in the upper city of Tavik's Landing.
Oh yeah, no, they don't like them up there. That's not okay. Never mind.
She says upper, and then she thinks a little bit. She goes, "Well, it's closer to the transition between middle city and upper city."
Is that what I know? If that's where it starts to get into the area where like stealth is instantly dispelled and things like that.
You know that there's a higher chance for that kind of stuff happening. Like for it's not like usually middle city doesn't have any like anti-magic zones or dispel zones, but it does have like magic sensor zones. She's technically detailing where these places are, so I will put these on the map so you guys can also see them roughly where they are.
Who has the highest sleight of hand?
I've got a +8.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Just +3.
Yeah, I'm +5. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you. Okay, so you'll be able to see all the locations now on the map that she's dictated. So up here is the magic item shop, Eltyrium's Emporium. The owner name is Eltyrion. She knows that, but she doesn't know the son's name. Over here is the Broken Arches, which is where you guys don't know exactly where the home of Carolyn Briggs is, but you know it's in the Broken Arches. It'll take a little bit of searching to narrow down exactly which one is hers. And then down here in the cogs is where the ironworks for the Death Slashers is.
Okay, would you like to know some of my thoughts as we're brainstorming here?
Please.
Okay, so for the first one for the store up in the city, we'll have to obviously wait for more information. And in the cogs, you know, it's a gang. Seems like we could go in more guns blazing. That might be a little more entertaining. But for the woman in Broken Arches, could we pretend to be companions of her dear departed son? Because if we know his name, you know, we could write him a wonderful ballad to go and say, you know, it took us so long to find you. We wanted to perform this in memory of your son's heroic deeds and blah, 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 all that.
So, is this a human old elder lady?
She's an old human. I believe her age is ranged within the 70 to 80 years old.
So, Tyra, you want to lie to a elder of your species so you could steal something from an elder of your...
Before Tyra can answer, Sonic picks up. Yes, I believe that would actually work even better. As they get older, they become to be a bit more pliable to suggestion.
Whoa. I don't know, man. That's bad. Just, you know, bad things happen to people that like disrespect elders and stuff. So I don't know. I'm not very comfortable with that.
Let me
But
get this
are
straight.
we...
You'll drink liquid from inside an animal that's been fermented, but you won't lie to an old person.
And at this point, a large, like we're talking like a DOS boot size mug of, you guys can all smell it. Like whoever's sitting right next to Garth, you might need to roll a Constitution save to see if you retch or not. Of fermented goat's milk, just like plops right there.
How curdled is this?
There's floaters.
Oh fuck yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So Garth is like,
I said, it
instilling
smells
the virtues of respecting
horrid.
elders, and then he's just gonna like, he's just all in on this Das Boot of fermented ghost milk.
As you guys are sitting here discussing, whoever has a passive perception of 12 or higher will notice that all of the suits, the four other individuals, seem to be sitting in and listening to your guys' conversation. Kind of see how you guys will work this through.
Sunset would really, awkwardly just turn, notice them, look at them straight, turn back, and then say, "In my experience, Garth, the one with the curdled milk, I will say humans lying is both effective and common practice."
Agreed, Sonnet pipes up. As a matter of fact, I believe some of them do it just to impress the others.
I mean, whatever. It's your elders. It's your ancestors that in your afterlife are gonna come at you. So that's on you. But
They'll have to get in line. I keep kicking out of the map.
I'm sorry. It's definitely not me. I've never done anything like that before.
But I could also, if you wanted to go up to the shop, I could try to create a distraction with a performance during one of the, maybe you could either do it in a busy time and get a crowd around me, maybe get them to come out of the shop, and you could do your stuff inside, or maybe during one of the very, very dead times so the shop owner leaves his shop unattended. But that could also be a potential idea for you.
As you are talking about the shop, Sonnet will speak up. Information I've gathered so far in Altarian follows. Generally, he keeps all high-priced goods in a backroom storage, with a mundane counterpart on display. There is also a small repair and refurbish shop in the back of the store, where pawned-off items are generally sent to be restored and then sold at a higher asking price. In this back area location is likely the best chance of finding a bag of holding. If you would like to be certain, a quick casing of the public gallery should confirm whether or not one is in stock. Theft during business hours is possible, though risky. Use of magic has a chance of setting up sensors in the shop.
So Garth has got a definite curdled milk mustache, and he's wait.
You actually see a small little you don't know if the bug was there before, or flew was part of the drink or flew into his mustache. He's now just kind of walk outside of that milk mustache.
Yeah, kind of part of the deal.
It's I'm gonna have to roll a Constitution save because I'm feeling it.
I've vomited in my mouth several times already.
Isn't that how
Isn't that what a bird normally does, anyways?
It's like a bird. You want to nurture something.
Don't presume to know my biology.
Regurgitate.
Isn't that what happens around 3
You're able
p.m.
to keep it down, Tyra. You're able to keep it down.
You get a little hungry, but it's too soon for dinner, so you just re-experience lunch.
You feel like Sharon over there, Aarakocra. So Garth's gonna be wait. So can we nab other things besides the bag of holding for ourselves?
The goal of the mission was to steal the bag of holding. I am also unaware if we will be punished for stealing other things.
What if we have to grab other things that are on top of the bag of holding and it's
they just fall in.
Yeah, fall into
I'm afraid we'll have to do the old common phrase of ask for forgiveness rather than permission on that one.
So we got high risk, high reward at that shop, or we go disrespect our elders, which seems like or we got go down the cogs and take out the enslaving human trash down there. So yeah.
If we took out the death slicers in the
Death slashers. I know. It is a shitty name.
If we took out the Death Slashers and the Cogs, would it be a better place for everyone and be able to serve that community?
I feel that another gang will simply take their place. The Cogs is, well, a shithole.
Yeah, I think like 3 weeks ago it was like, what was it? The Tangerine Murder guys before that, and then they got wiped out, and before that was like the ice cream killers.
Before them were
Tangerine Murder guys.
You were close. It was the Orange Agents before them.
Oh yeah. The Origin Angels. Yeah, and then you lose track after a while. But it's
And then
like,
before them, you see her thinking a bit. Like you can hear a little bit of worrying. You can assume it's the dosa in the back of her neck. Before them was likely the cold-blooded killers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You eat blood ice cream.
Yes, those guys. Yes, yeah. Those guys, man. Like by the name, you think, oh, it's something about dairy. No, it's just all about murder.
All right.
Sunset's gonna say, I think I like this one.
I am simply here to help with logistics. So, if you have any other questions, I can try to give you some more information.
You notice Garth is like kind of like bonding, like opening up over like gang lore. Like he's like, oh okay, yeah, it's like his favorite sitcom. You know, like oh yeah, what? Okay, yeah, and then there's.
Gotcha. Sorry, I didn't mean to move over to the center of the map there.
So Sunset would speak up and say, I will throw in my lot to either the old lady without a son or the bastards that enslave or forged. I will add that it would not be wise or probabilistically successful for me to go to the upper city at this time.
Unless we used him as a distraction.
True.
We also do not need to approach the shop during business hours for the actual operation.
Yeah.
We can always use the cover of night to get in. Or rather, you could use the cover of night to get in. I will stay here.
All right, so we're going to the Cogs. Gonna go check out the Death Slashers.
So there's 2 for the Cogs, and so far 2 for Arches. From what I gather, with people.
I thought we're doing reconnaissance right now, so I was just gonna head there now. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys want to just start heading to the Cogs for reconnaissance then?
Yes.
That works.
Alrighty.
Ah.
Oh shoot. Actually, that should still work. I forgot to preload the scene. I apologize.
Before we left there, Sunset would look at Sonnet and just say, "It is my pleasure to meet you, Sonnet."
Oh my god, I messed it up so bad. What happened here?
Nobody has dark vision?
No. I need to fix something. Give me just a sec. What happened?
Did you select Ebron and hit delete?
No,
What? Are we in the abyss? We're in the abyss.
I need... Okay, hold on. I think I
like
can...
how this black part right here is different than this black part down here.
I'm a fan of this spot.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's...
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, kind of catches my eye a bit.
I'm sorry.
Did you notice this part over here?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
In the meantime, I got a to-go cup for my goat milk.
Okay.
Please put the milk down. Can you drink anything else?
All right. This is pretty efficient. Like, it's a meal.
You know where that comes from, right?
Yeah. Goats. Like, yeah, you
I
can milk
do this
anything,
right now.
really.
Why is the scale off all of a sudden?
Best part, you don't even have to kill the goat. It's just, you can do it again and again.
Do you know what other liquids come out of goats?
That's sterile, too. I mean,
Oh, Garth.
Why is this thing scaled wrong now? Gosh dang it.
Why are you asking me questions I don't know the answer to?
Do you want to do a quick break while you figure out?
Yeah, if you guys want to take a quick break, I got to figure out this map real quick because this map completely got scaled wrong somehow. Like, why is it so big?
That's what she said.
I've had before.
That's
Wait,
exactly what she said.
I've never heard that before.
I do not understand the joke. Could you please recite it for me?
When did she say that?
Who said
Well,
that?
you
Who was she?
see, when a woman wants to spend some time with a man,
She asks, why is it so big?
Yeah, the courting stone. Like, if the man brings out it's usually like a polished, like, rock or boulder, and yeah. And sometimes if it's too big, then it's like,
her pockets aren't big enough
why
to
is
hold it.
yeah, no, you can't have. Yeah, so he has to go back out, polish another stone. It's like more, that's just how it, that's in bugbear culture. But,
Sonnet internalizing all of this.
You guys have already left. You guys are. We'll say you guys are walking your way there. If you guys want to stop by anywhere else on the way there, you're more than welcome to. While I try to figure out what the hell I did to break this.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna go on break. I'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if there's any pizza crust.
Okay.
Pizza crust. Disgusting.
So back in 10, or you want to message us when we're good?
Well, I would say I'll message whenever I'm ready to roll, but I'd say at max 10. I should have it back before then. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm just gonna mute my mic.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna stay sitting right here.
me
If you
too.
hear weird noises, it's the cats.
Why is this?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
How did I do that? Oh my gosh! Now you're just taunting me.
Not for the microphone. Do it. Meow. Asshole.
They're all anarchists. Where did everyone go? This always happens to me.
I'm still here.
I can always count on my conscience.
Okay, so it's like this. Oh, does that? Wait, what?
Just realized my mic wasn't muted.
It's all right. We enjoyed the music.
Matt, did you post a shop by chance that has the cost of items?
No, I did not because I am a horrible DM and I totally forgot to do that.
You're fine. I just didn't know if I was missing something.
How
It's
dare
still
you not
beyond-
remember every single thing on the 1 million long checklist that you
Right.
have?
Check walls. Almost have it. Yeah, it's like the scaling of the map got messed up for some reason.
Let me know what spring is like on
It's beautiful
The
singing.
cats? Was that the cats? I think I heard the cats.
That's amazing.
You gotta remember to mute your mic if you're going to start singing beautifully.
It's like that. Oh man, I don't remember the name of the frog that can sing.
Kermit.
But we should get that cat on TV.
It's Kermit the Frog, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
No,
sign him up
from,
for like America's Got Talent or something.
I sing sometimes in class, and luckily my students don't laugh at me most of the time.
Well, that's because they know you'll flunk them.
They're like, better not. How did that happen?
Well, when a bugbear and a human.
Not that. Really love each other.
When a bugbear gives a human a polished stone rock, and the human says, "Why is it so big?"
This had better come up later. Like, this better come full circle, where that actually matters.
It will. It always does.
We're gonna be part of some like random courting ritual accidentally, and someone's just gonna be like, "Oh, do you want a rock?" And then that saves our lives.
And we have to go polish it.
Sexy.
We gotta make sure it's not too big, though. That's how we really get the big bad evil guy. Just the right sized rock.
Sunset's gonna be like the sheltered teenage boy of the group, just asking questions the whole time.
So the boy that
The boy
I
who
used to
lived.
be.
Sunset's gonna be any one of those who identify as male in attendance when they were teenagers.
I identify as lonely.
Peach.
As a peach, yeah.
Must be an interesting life.
So Peaches, since we're on break, I'm just going to bring it out here because it's going to be on my mind the rest of the campaign. I'm just going to say it right now. Not a big deal. I just let it go. But yeah, Peaches is what I called one of my very serious ex-girlfriends.
Just bring up painful memories for you.
Do I need to change my name, Spud?
No, you are totally fine. You're good.
So what you're saying is it's her fault that you're feeling pain.
Not at all.
That's what I'm hearing.
That's what I heard, yeah.
It was a relatively good, solid breakup of just, it wasn't a painful ordeal.
Or she burned all your stuff and...
I mean, I can change my name to Pumpkin because, my grandparents call me Pumpkin.
See, well, actually, that's actually the name of another one of his serious girlfriends.
You'd be surprised just how many fruits and vegetables he's dated. The funny part is,
you think that'd be safe? No.
Well, I'm saying the funny part is you would think that the vegetables had nicknames, but they didn't.
Well, the vegetables even include pumpkin or comas?
Broccoli was the worst, man. Everyone was like, broccoli? That's so many syllables. No,
How do you even say that in a sexy manner?
My therapist says I need to move on to humans at some point. But,
my therapist told me I need to move out of town.
That's so sad.
Your therapist told you to move out of town?
Yeah, my therapist told me to move out of Thatcher.
Mine did too, but that's me.
I can't help
you
you
also
so
grow up
long as you
Mormon?
live in Thatcher.
What, Hellwar?
Did you also grow up Mormon?
No, I didn't even know Mormons existed. I'm from Kansas. We don't that's not normal there. We don't have lots of cults.
My grandparents are Mormon.
I'm sorry.
Why is this not?
How dare you?
You guys' names for some reason aren't sticking on these tokens, and it's frustrating me.
Have you used glue?
I've tried, and it just told me.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Thanks for giving me an emblem. I don't know if I forgot I was supposed to pick one, Matt.
No one had one. I had to give it to everybody but Garth.
There isn't exactly a lot of good artwork for Eric Kokra.
You can upload whichever artwork you want to it, and it will automatically transfer over to this.
So it's just the D&D Beyond emblem?
Yeah, as long as you change that, you can change it to whatever you want.
There it is.
Yeah, the D&D Beyond, this module that I use will pull everything from D&D Beyond and slap it into this thing.
That is neat.
And wait, good.
I mean,
So
if
how-
you're-
I'll go for it.
oh no, I was just gonna make a comment about the emblems, so not important.
I ruined it. You wanted to say something, and I interrupted you, and now it's over.
No, it is legitimately totally fine.
Classic
It's over,
white male.
Peaches!
It's over.
But this has been
He's had this conversation before. I'm going to put just sunset on your token. Is that okay?
Yeah. That was... Yeah, I knew that, like, I didn't want to be obnoxiously SD-017 the whole campaign, so please do.
We're all so beautiful. Is that really what like a bugbear is?
Yeah. So they're goblinoid, but they look more like
I'm back.
a very tall, like almost like ape-like.
Yeah, I feel like, to be fair, that emblem portrays it more as like a little tiny 3-foot goblin, but yeah, they're like that, but just massive.
Yeah, if you actually zoom in really closely, you can see Cheekid standing on his shoulder. Really small though. It's one of those thorns and things is actually Cheekid.
What? It keeps kicking me out of the Leviathan.
I'll have to. I might need to just do this as a do a Colo's doing and do a cloud server host. So
I haven't
that's
used
probably what's
mine.
going on.
I personally...
You can use the cloud server one that I've got.
Alrighty,
It's
so
really stable.
you guys are here at the entrance. It's during the daytime, and I'm just now realizing I did not populate this with people at all. But the outside does not have a lot of. There doesn't seem like a lot of activity going on outside here. From an initial view, if you guys want to, you guys are more than welcome to walk forward a bit. Actually, hold up, because apparently one of these walls is messed up, and you guys are looking past into it. How? How do you guys? Oh, I need to reset fog. Hold on.
I don't know how to move, so like I ain't going
I don't
nowhere.
know how to move
I-
back.
I broke it. I need to reset fog real quick.
I was going to say I can see...
You're supposed to be able to see super far because it's currently daytime. Oh.
Your mom is daytime.
Heck yeah.
Got him.
should
Does that
be-
apply... Does that apply to real life too, or should I go to the
Not
doctor?
refreshing for everybody for some
Go to
reason.
the doctor.
Oh, that's simple fog. Hold on. There's the correct fog. Reset.
Oh,
There.
Your mom is
Nope.
a simple fault.
That still didn't quite do it how I wanted it to, but whatever. We're sticking with it. If you guys see stuff you're not supposed to see, then
I see
why?
nothing.
How dare you? All right. So you guys should be able to move around now.
Oh, another door.
So yeah, you guys
Oh,
do
look,
see.
another door.
You guys see a large or like a center doorway here in this area. As you guys can look around, you see here a doorway that looks to be like has cart tracks, probably likely a loading dock. You actually see like some loading signs around, like this is where you likely load stuff. We'll say you guys aren't like actually physically walking around, but you guys are like, you know,
I could have
you guys are
flown
cased-
around from far away.
Yeah, precisely. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit there. So you guys also notice here, this looks to be another entrance that's mostly for like employees and such.
That's fog.
And, it's fog, but you can still kind of see it, correct?
Not me. I just see.
Yeah, I can see it.
Walk down there. You might be able to see it.
Oh yeah.
I'll need to double check to see if you're sharing view or not then.
Every time I move the map, it kicks me out of the
Is that what's going on?
something like that.
Why are you being so mean to her, Neku?
I just want to be an abusive person.
That is not my fetish. Let's not.
It's too late because I'm already succeeding. I'll have to see why it's kicking you out. I'm not sure. My guess is because I'm hosting the Foundry server and streaming at the same time. And
If
eventually
it's-
just like
If it's only me, it's probably a me problem rather than a you problem.
It's true. So this right here looks to be an unloading dock of some sorts.
You said unloading?
Yeah. Over here. So that's the outside of this area.
So this one is a loading one, and this one is an unloading one.
Looks like different kind of materials. So this is, from what you can gather, this one over here is likely where the scrap metal is, and like unloaded into the place, and this is likely where the finished product comes out of.
Gotcha.
And we don't see anyone right now. No Warforged.
You hear a lot of like noise going on inside, but as of right now, there's like, and you hear like the occasional shouting inside. But
are we able to spend like a lot of time watching what kind of like things are delivered here, or is it just scrap metal that we would know of?
So it took you, we'll say you guys were there, you guys were like debating on what to do for about an hour. And then to get all the way over here, let me look at the map. It was going to be 30, it's probably another 2 hours to get to here. So as of right now, it's like 2 a.m. Right now. So
Are we doing a stakeout?
right now, that was my assumption. You guys were doing a stakeout currently.
Yeah, I'm down to wait and watch. I think if we figure out what kind of shipments are being brought in, see if there's any kind of specific like documentation that's needed in order to get into the building, we could pretend that we have a delivery, and that could be one way we get in, or we could just break in the middle of the night. But
is it high traffic in all the entries and exits?
There's no traffic currently at this like early or this like late in the evening, because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning currently. So there's not a lot of like traffic, but you definitely hear like the foundries and everything are still operating.
Hey, Chiqui. Hey,
Yeah, if you guys want to like post up here, if you guys want to post up here for a little bit, and then
yeah,
and then just kind of watch. Like you guys don't have to like make any actions immediately. So
should we all pick an entrance, or is, when you say just kind of post up, would that kind of include watching all over, or should we each?
That'd be like watching all over. Is how we'll do this is essentially those who are watching close will be able to watch like immediate like potential traffic, essentially going in and out of here. And then you can also have like try to like watch from afar and see like how much like foot traffic is kind of in the area. Depending on how you like where you guys are at and how you guys roll will kind of determine the likelihood of someone picking up on an event happening here, as well as.
I think I'd be able to get like feel safe being closer. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I think it's my best chance of seeing something is closer than further.
Sunset would be ambivalent, so he would stick with his feathery friend.
With G-Kid over there. All right. So you guys want to hold up for that evening then and kind of watch through until daytime while also like kind of like sleeping through, make sure you guys get your short rest in?
Yeah,
yes.
That sounds good.
Okay. Because I guess that's the other thing I need to bring up is you need to have your short rest done. Otherwise, you'll still like short rests are required. Otherwise, you start building up exhaustion.
Gotcha. So basically the same thing as
how
regular long rest.
You still need your night's sleep.
Does my like eyes open style of sleeping apply to short rests or just long rests?
Yes, it applies to both.
Okay.
So I will say there's some neighboring foundries. Garth, you'd be able to point out some locations pretty well for people to hide. So it's going to lower the DC for being noticed. here, and so we'll run. We're gonna roll. Have you guys roll 2 different things. We're gonna have you roll all control tokens, all assigned characters. Why is what? I messed up. Hold on. I apparently assigned Sunset to the wrong thing. There we go.
Oh, I see. It's because I'm Warforged.
I had you assigned to the Silver Tankard for some reason, because that's how I did those. Those are like player characters. All right. So all assigned characters. So first is going to be a stealth roll to see how well you guys like kind of bunker in to make sure you guys aren't noticed. You guys want to make those rolls?
Ooh,
That's a natural 20.
that's a natural freaking 20.
Dirty.
Garth, you have advantage down here in the cogs, so you can roll one more time. I'll just select you specifically and have you roll another one.
28, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, the group passes. You guys are all well above what it would need to be. Even with your lower one, with the 20, 14, and the 28, you likely wouldn't have been sniffed out. Some people actually do like catch a sniff, like the occasional person that walks by. As they walk by where Garth is currently hiding, you hear them. You would see them go like, "Goat," and then keep walking. Like they just like it's still on your breath, but no one can like. They just think it's a whiff of it because like
he's nibbling his whiskers the entire time, like cleaning them out and eating the curds that got left over.
It doesn't smell good for sure, but like every now and then a whiff will come out, but it's not a big deal. All right. So with that, we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and roll a perception check for the night as you guys are doing this. Roll that for everybody. Here you go.
Something I'm not good at.
Yeah.
The natural 1. The guy that doesn't have to sleep or ever close his eyes.
He's just fascinated to be around other people.
Yeah, they're working around and they got here just fine. So
For a moment, I forgot who I was.
well,
What am I?
you actually go like sleep. I'm actually going to try that, and you actually shut off your vision sensors for a little bit. Overall, the group score is high enough. You guys are able to still kind of discern. You do not see any Warforged enter or leave the factory. You do see, however, over the course of time, you see over the course of the night, 5 of these Death Slashers like kind of go in and leave. It looks to be a minimum of 5. And one of you, let's see, Tyra. You actually, Tyra or Tira? I'm sorry, I already messed up.
No matter.
Tyra.
So Tyra, you actually do notice at one point while the doors are open, you see a huge, very large, likely like some kind of a like probably like a half giant or a half ogre or something is in there as well, moving large boxes around.
I make sure I tell all of my teammates that there is a half ogre, half giant somewhere in there immediately so I don't forget.
Okay. So I'll say you're able to relay that information just fine. So you guys know that at a minimum of 6 non-Warforged, you guys also catch view of 2 Warforged that are in there in the loading area, past this door essentially. That are like moving a cart on tracks, like that are unloading and then putting that inside, putting looks to be iron ingots inside big crates, which the large half ogre would pick up the crate and then stack it.
What time is it roughly right now?
So that was throughout the whole night. So I would say 8 hours from 2 o'clock is now. It's about 10.
Have we seen anyone that like walks around with any kind of authority?
Yes, you did see one guy, and I would say Unless you guys want to, like, he would already have been in there by the 10 o'clock, but your short rest would end. If you guys wanted to chance not taking your short rest and eventually succumb to one level of exhaustion, you could try to stop him before he goes in.
I just want to get a good look at him.
He looks to be a little bit more capable of handling himself.
Mm-hmm.
He carrying a scimitar. He looks like he can hold his own in a fight pretty well.
Okay.
Would Garth have known this individual or run into this individual, like know this individual's reputation? Can I make a roll for that?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a history check. Since you're down here, it's gonna for you it'll be I guess I'll roll it. I'll request. I keep forgetting I can do that. I'm sorry.
There's something key that I forgot to mention as well. I do have a familiar. That's a little spider that kind of just crawls all over me.
Oh.
Okay. Can you see out of it, or is it just like a pet familiar?
I should be able to see.
Is it always crawling around on you?
Yeah, he's just crawling through my feathers.
I think
Like
like
a little
Garth
spider.
swatted it at one point.
No.
All right. There's the history check.
So
as an
are
action,
these guys like?
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask if these guys were like smugglers, because I think my background is technically like smuggler. So would I, like, even if I'm not from the cogs or whatever, would I have maybe met these people in passing?
Looking at these guys are definitely not smugglers. They're more like they're basically thugs. That they as you guys are kind of like watching this, they kind of got like a new windfall of like holy crap, these Warforged have no idea how much their labor is worth, and so we could just keep them working in this factory, producing a whole bunch of iron ingots for us. Is kind of what's going on.
Can we just bust him and kill him?
The Warforged, sure.
Warforged.
No, not that.
Something that you would understand is that the Warforged do not understand they're being taken advantage of.
Oh.
They don't get that, and they would see you guys would know this. You guys they would see you guys as potentially threatening their current livelihood, as shitty as it is.
They're getting paid.
They're getting paid, not as much as what they should be, but they are getting
They're
paid.
not slaves. They're serfs.
I feel like some that being, evidently woke would probably know enough, Matt, to share that like their prime directive has been programmed, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, you'd be able to like while you guys like are kind of watching this, you guys are still kind of like meeting up occasionally and passing information along. So you can easily let them know that.
Like Sunset does not like. He wants to make it clear that like they are being taken advantage of, like, but their prime directive has been programmed for this purpose, so they're not able to see that at this point.
Mm-hmm. They don't understand that they're being taken advantage of, and it would take some convincing, which would be difficult to do in a fight. Sorry.
To answer your question, I can see through the spider's eyes.
Okay.
And
it's just an action.
Up to 100 feet. Yeah, it just takes my action.
Okay. Would you like to do anything with the spider during that night?
Yeah, I'll just. How long am I going to be awake? Am I going to be asleep that entire 8 hours, or?
So you can be asleep. You have to be asleep for 6 hours, and then light activity for 2. So this would count as light activity, so you'd be fine.
So yeah, for 2 of them, I'll have them walk through as much of this area as he can.
All right. These things are super slow, so give me just a sec.
That is very true.
Don't move, Kiwi. There's a bug on you. I'm gonna get it.
Please don't. That's Frederick.
No, is his name?
Just don't. Yes, his name is Frederick. Please leave him alone.
Yeah, brother.
He looks at you.
Oh. So many legs.
What kind of snacks does Frederick like?
He doesn't really need to eat.
Oh.
I'm sure he would enjoy some small flies.
I keep messing that up because I'm stupid. There we go.
You're not stupid, Matt.
Yeah, I
You're
am.
confused.
All right.
Oh, so Garth wants to do a thing. Real quick.
So,
Is it a bad time?
I'm just setting up this spider for.
Yeah, let's do that, and then I'll. Yeah.
I need to make it so you can control him. How do I?
What Garth wants to do is I want to cast snare. I want to take a minute and set up snare somewhere and
Okay.
catch somebody.
All right. It does take 10 minutes to cast, and you have to have some rope. So I'll say that you'll spend some rope and you'll cast it.
25 feet of rope, and I've got 50. So yeah.
I think you can draw. So if you wanted to draw where that will be at.
So where are people coming in and going out of? And where's like an isolated, like out of the way, like not right in front of the door, but like what's a path
So
that they would take?
This right here, they most of the foot traffic happens along right on the edge. So where this brown area is where most of the foot traffic happens. You see most of like the standard looking thugs were coming out of here, and the more better well dressed looking thug came out of the northeast door. I can't figure out how to make this thing movable by you. So,
Darn.
how do I get it so you can actually like see vision?
It's a good question.
Yep. Token disposition friendly.
Speed of 20 feet, not bad.
All right. So what I'm going to do to mimic your spider is I'm just going to grab you, and I'm going to throw you around in here.
Toss me around, Daddy.
Which door would you have entered from?
Probably through the one that I saw the nicer dressed individual with the scimitar go through.
Okay. Oh, you technically have. Oh no, that's never mind. That's how my thing works. I forget that I changed my fog thing. So I'm just gonna start throwing you through here.
Toss me.
Are you doing this like starting at 8 o'clock? So you have 2 hours for this thing to look through at the start of the day?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you first walk in, you'd see a desk as well as some dude attending the area. Peeking through the window through there, you'd also see where that other guy, the more well-dressed one, went up here in this area.
Okay.
So that's what you would see, and that would you'd probably go in there.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to wait a little bit. There's enough. He travels enough, like into the past this door down here, that trying to make it so he doesn't like notice your. Actually, go ahead. Realistically, I'm gonna have you roll a check for the spider.
Okay.
It is going to be plus 4. It's plus 4. Yeah, that's on stealth.
And 23.
23. Yep. Able to get into here just fine. You see another desk. You see some like books up here.
Okay. And is he just sitting at the desk, or?
Yeah, he picks up some stuff. It looks like he's doing like accounting work.
Okay.
Essentially. He's doing math and like he's actually able to do math pretty well. He's not stupid.
You don't
so he goes
know
through there.
how to read.
You don't know how to read.
He looks over, sees a guy doing math, and he's like, he's doing that well.
Well, your typical thugs aren't The brightest bunch.
Hey, I have a +3 to intelligence.
Oh god.
I know math.
True.
You do see another thug like have some of the paperwork here. You guys can see this too, right? Everyone can see this.
I can see nothing. I just see black.
You can't see it.
Uh-uh.
I can see.
Oh,
I do have
man.
dark vision though.
I
Like
alone.
hella dark vision.
Okay.
If you look on the stream, you can see on the stream.
Yeah. Somehow I apparently don't have.
On the stream.
The screen share view.
No, on the YouTube.
Oh, on the
YouTube.
Here, I got you. I got
On
you, David.
the tubes. You guys all set to observers. I don't know why you guys can't see out of its eyes.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Some more bugs to work through.
Hey Matt, real quick. So
Yes.
Who would I would have seen the scimitar guy, right?
Yes.
At some point.
Yeah.
Okay. So instead of the snare thing, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark as. Yeah.
Just on him, so you know his location and such.
Yeah. So I think for the next 24 hours, I can track his location.
It depends on the level that it's cast at.
Yeah, it's level 1.
It might be a little bit different for you since it's part of your class option.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
So yeah, you'd be able to cast it on him. Go ahead and just because it is a spell, cast a sleight of hand check on it.
Yes, cast a sleight of hand check.
It's verbal. There's no somatic.
Okay.
It's just verbal.
We'll still say it's okay. Sorry, a stealth check then.
All right.
So as he's doing that, I would say you're probably able to get within that 2 hours of like trying to keep the spider like out of sight and such like that.
Mm-hmm.
You do notice that this grate looks like going in. It connects to other grates. Like the spider kind of like crawling in. Do you want to explore
in the
through?
building or?
Yeah, within the building.
Okay.
A natural 1.
That's gonna be a yikes
you
for
still
me, dog.
Hunter's Mark!
what's the range on Hunter's Mark? Is it like 30 feet or is it 60 feet?
90 feet.
90? You know what? I know you
Does
decide
he
you
have
roll for it.
advantage on stealth checks?
Oh yeah, you do get an advantage on stealth checks here. So yeah, go ahead and roll one more time. So you can either have the spider travel through here. There we go. Through this grate and kind of see potentially where it can go, or you can have him travel in the open over here. What would you like to pick?
I would probably ask everyone what they think, since I can still speak to them. So I can either send Frederick down into this grate that may connect to other areas, or I can continue searching the southeastern part of this warehouse. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Go for yeah. Get the spider going.
That's not a direction. That's a confirmation.
He's going no matter what.
Well, okay. Yeah. Well, we don't know. Just go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
playing with my. I'm just polishing my SD.
I'll send him in the grate.
Send it to the grate. All right. There's also 2 directions that can go to the west or to the north.
Do you mean east?
Yes,
Or is
to
that-
the east. That you're correct. You're correct. I can't read a compass.
Let's
The
go
directions
north.
are garbage. North. All right. It'll go through and you'll pop out here.
Aha.
As it gets here, it is hot in here. I also forgot to relight the scene. So, but it is hot, super hot. This is an active furnace here, and you do see a number of Warforged. Some of them manning the coal over here and filling up the backside with it, as well as filling up their backside with some coal.
Nice. Is there any fudge?
So much fudge.
Darn.
These these are crucibles here. They're on like a suspended hanging, like track, essentially. And they will move from the furnace down to this ingot pour area where the Warforged, after it gets poured, will douse them in some water, then throw them inside the to cool them and throw them inside the carts here. So you kind of see that happening. And each Warforged looks to be pretty, well, they're hard to read, but they don't seem to be like in bad shape or anything like that. They seem to be like still all their parts together. You know, they don't look like they're being abused at all. You do hear the half ogre like start to mumble like, "Oh God, more iron bars."
Oh God. It's humane to put him down. Like he needs to die.
That really hurt my voice.
For
Gosh,
Matt's sake,
imagine
we
being
have to
that
kill that thing, so
stupid.
he never has to
Right.
make that sound again.
Right. So
It's
Matt,
like-
I guess,
Yeah, what's up?
is this free action right now, or I don't know how to do free action in this module. I think it might
Yeah.
be hard to.
I mean, if you open the door, you open the door. Right now, this is so. This is I'm kind of narrating what the spider has seen in the 2 hours before you guys' short rest ends.
Got it. Cool.
And he's moving slower to keep the spider from being noticed. So the spider's moving pretty slow, but it's still like 10 feet per second, which is 60 feet a minute. So like he's still probably able to get a decent layout of the land. I'm just we'll say for expediency's sake, you're able to look at. We'll probably get you over to here, and you'll be able to see the rest of the stuff. You do see a number of other Warforged in here, for a total of. You see 6 currently operating Warforged, and you hear voices, in this room area over here. And I'll say, for also expediency's sake, you have them escape through here. Go ahead and roll one more stealth check with it.
And it's +4, right?
+4, yeah. You would be able to look inside that window.
24.
24? Definitely.
That's another nat 20.
So you do notice that there was. This looked to be like a checkout station where there's like a barred window there where people would drop off the scrap that they brought in. And at this point of the day, this is going to be towards the end, you do see like some Warforged coming in and bringing scrap in through here. And everyone would see those Warforged coming in.
So is it just Warforged coming in to drop shit off, or is it like
Through the
anybody
back
from
door.
the public?
Majority of it is Warforged. Every now and then you'll see a random person come in from the public.
And how does that interaction go at the like from what we can see, or is only the spider seeing that? We're unable.
So if you were over here, towards the end of this day, you would start to see those coming in. They would walk in. They would talk to this guy here with like either a crate of stuff or even just a handful of stuff. They would like barter essentially between each other, like how much they think it's worth. Then he would give them the coin, and then they take that scrap and throw it inside a bin where a Warforged would start to load it into a crucible to be recycled. I'm not an Iron Forge guy, so I don't know exactly how that process works. So this is as easy as we can get with it.
You play
So-
Factorio, though.
I'm a Factorio. I got it wrong.
People look like they're going in and out. I mean, no, it's mostly Warforged, but
Mostly Warforged. The rest are like people that have like these nasty orange like splotches on their skin. All of them have a pretty bad cough. Looks to be just poor people. Looks like this is
Okay.
the means for them
rust
to like.
lung kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely have rust lung.
Okay, and then do the Warforged look anything like SD Sunset?
Peeking in, all the Warforged look to be combat capable. They're not as specialized as Sunset. They look to be more of a typical soldier. So they're not like super dudes or anything like that, but they're definitely someone that can hold their own in a fight.
So if he walked in there, he would
look
stand
different.
out.
Yes, 100%.
Would you say I got a pretty solid look at the boss man?
Yeah, you would be able to recognize him now in a crowd.
Would I have gotten his name during the time the spider was watching him?
Yes. is, I would say, you would have picked up the name Theron, and the
Theron.
Theron.
Yeah.
The name Theron, no last name was spoken, and you also heard, we'll say the thug's name was Frank. The thug that was like trying to be like the secretary right here.
Gotcha. You said Frank?
Frank, yeah. The rest, you also caught the half ogre's name, which would be shoot, what was it? I actually had his name here.
Kroll.
No, but it's something similar. We'll say it's Kroll. I'll just change it.
Just-
It's too late. You created a character name. Now you're gonna murder him.
I'm the DM now. We win, guys.
We did it.
Hooray! Quick, play the Door of the Explorer song. All right. So Kroll, the half ogre.
Okay.
Those are the main three names you pick up. There's obviously other names. None of the Warforged seem to go by a name. As a matter of fact, when they communicate, like they do talk to one another, but it's like a fax machine. Like it's a series of like they're passing information that way instead.
Now the key question is: did I see a bag of holding, or where there is a higher possibility that a bag of holding would be sitting?
You did not see one immediately there.
Gotcha.
The other place you didn't really get a good look at was this small little corner here. There was a door blocking your view into that room there.
Understood.
So it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. You guys have got your short rest. You guys have pretty well scouted this area.
So my hunter's mark would have lasted an hour.
An hour?
Just tracked his movements a little bit for like an hour.
Okay.
What kind
you
of
would
information would that give me?
you did notice that he made some movements over here, like through the. I'll use this thing. So he went around through here. Can you see that at all?
Yeah.
Okay. So he went through here. Looks like most of his movements were going over and talking with what would be something at the loading dock here. And then occasionally he would walk over through here, kind of through this area and up to here and talk to this guy. It looks like he's just kind of like keeping up with logistics and such for the most part. He doesn't ever seem to go into the actual factory area or that area there.
Does he deserve death from what I saw?
From what you saw, the only thing that these thugs have done
Drink milk.
is underpaid the Warforged that are working there. They actually seem to be working and paying like legitimate amounts to people who are bringing stuff into here. You know, like bringing in scrap. Like the scrap payments sound about right. The Warforged is a little bit less than usual, but like that's not unusual for anybody.
Yeah, they're not people, so you know.
So Sunset, I guess, as he was explaining the whole Prime Directive situation, like you would have probably noticed he is actually appeared to be sad, as much as the Warforged can look sad. Like his eyes would have kind of darted down to the ground when he said it, and back
Definitely,
up.
this is not a prideful job for a Warforged.
Yeah. So Sunset, in his opinion, I mean, you know, he has a different opinion of basically the situation.
Yeah, they're definitely not being like super mistreated that you're aware of. That doesn't seem to be kind of like sleeping lodgings, but Sunset, you would also be aware that like they don't really need them. They just kind of sit in an area and power down and go into low power mode for a bit. So
Think of it kind of like Morpheus. Sunset is a Morpheus among Warforged, so he understands that they like they're in
He's been red
blissful or not blissful ignorance. Yeah. So in Sunset's mind, they should all exactly take the red pill and be given the option of the red pill and become.
Do you have any pills?
you would also know it would be dangerous to start a fight before red pilling them, because
They are Warforged.
Right.
well, they're Warforged and
Violent.
they're naturally violent, and they see that you're No, they see that you're taking away a livelihood that they don't realize is not up to par.
Yeah, if it's their prime directive, they're going to do everything in their power to.
Don't you see I'm trying to free you from serfdom?
Yeah, you know that they will likely fight you if you try to break a fight while they're there.
So,
And for the most part, you guys noticed none of the worker Warforged in there have left. Like they all just kind of stay in there, but they don't look like they're there against their will.
so I'll kind of like, obviously I'll have relayed all of this information about the layout and everything to everyone, and I guess I don't know what you guys are feeling, but I think it might be easier if we choose to break into this place. We could probably do it at night as opposed to daytime when their leader is not here, who seems to be a little bit more capable. I don't know what you guys think.
We're reaching about 11 o'clock in the morning now.
The leader was there the entire time, or no?
He got the leader got in around 7, 8 o'clock, and he's still there
In the morning?
in the morning. Yeah.
One suggestion, I can change my appearance. So if we were to wait until the night, I could make myself look like him to go search around in his office. But that's seems kind of dangerous.
I have disguise self as well.
Same.
If you went in and got caught or something, one of us could disguise ourselves as him too and go in and like bail you out or something. I don't know.
You would notice that these guys know each other pretty well. Like the thugs know each other by name.
The thugs do. Was that thug that was like the secretary? Was he there all night, or did he come about the same time that
they all arrived at the same time in the morning?
DM, do you
Yes.
think like disguising ourselves as Warforged is a possibility? Is it within the limitations of the spell?
Yeah, no, it's definitely within the limitations of the spell. It would be definitely a performance check to see if you can come off as one of these Warforged.
Okay.
I'd get that in the bag. Hopefully.
Oh, also, performance hubris much. So I can, if we can get in there, I can sense any like magical, like auras.
I got detect magic.
You can technically cast it right here too.
I could.
Yeah, these walls are all made of stone. You would know that there's not very many, if any, sensors down in the cogs. So, like, no one would like probably detect it. But if you wanted to cast detect magic out here, you're more than welcome to. There's some places where like the stone is like 10 feet thick, but there's enough doorways, like wooden doorways, that it probably won't pierce the full radius and whatnot, but it lasts for an hour, right?
Yeah, they last up to 10 minutes.
So 10 minutes. Yeah, you'd still be able to, you'd still be able to easily run around the perimeter to try to get a ping of something magical inside.
Yeah, so I want to do that.
Okay. So Garth runs around the perimeter, surprisingly quiet for as gangly as he is.
On the bottoms of his feet.
And that peanut butter down there. And and Garth, you do sense something magical about right here.
Got it.
Ooh. Maybe that's how they're storing all.
Not so much here or here, but like right there.
And like you guys are like pointing out like a dirt drawn map, essentially. On the dirt.
Feels real fuzzy right there. Just yeah.
Doesn't it always feel fuzzy for you, Garth?
More. What? Hey. Does it always feel like feathers and spiders in your shit?
Wow, that was a really good one, Garth. That really hurt.
You actually
I do not understand this conversation.
You get
Sunset, you hear-
he's like kind of self-conscious about his fur because it's like matted with ash, and he seems to like he slept in garbage on purpose, but he seems to do that a lot. But he seems to be kind of self-conscious about his fur.
I'm like preening my feathers.
Sunset, you hear a voice in your head. How goes the current investigation?
What the fuck?
You recognize the voice as Sonnet.
Do I speak back?
Yeah, you may reply to this message.
Okay. And then, is this out loud or no?
It's out loud. Hold on, let me do some counting.
So she's a spellcaster.
That or she's stuck one of her.
Yeah.
gossips
So
in my butt.
her phrase is, "How is the current investigation going?"
Okay.
You can respond in 25 words or less.
Is that just the Sunset or to everybody?
That is just a Sunset. Only Sunset hears this.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
And I'm responding in my mind or out loud?
You have to respond out loud.
Okay. So I'll say, hold my fingers up here. It is going well. We have found a probable location of the bag of holding. I think we will have success at this location, and he screwed up the count.
There's not a response back. So you guys just hear him say that. You guys didn't hear the initial start, and Sunset, you don't get a response back from that point.
Okay. So I don't know if anyone responds or reacts to me saying that out loud.
Were we all like in the same spot, or?
Yeah, I would say you guys are all in the same spot roughly. You guys are like kind of in an area like kind of planning such. So
I'd probably be startled when he starts speaking out of nowhere.
So yeah, I would just freely share. I was speaking with Sonnet. She asked how we were doing.
Did she say anything back?
No, she did not.
Curious.
Indeed. I am happy to dispatch of anyone who needs to be murdered.
Thank you. Garth?
what was that, Garth?
Garth is having a stroke.
No, I'm just like, are you telling? I mean, like, I'll murder anybody. It's just kind of goes with the territory. Yeah, cool. Thanks for that information, robot.
It seems to me that people have a role and I do not. Therefore, I will be ready to assist as needed in the form of combat.
Can I roll an insight check on Sunset to see if he feels bad about not having a job?
Yeah, go for it. Oh, I guess I'll tell you to roll it. I'm sorry. I thought you were waiting on me.
I would not. I was just fumbling with
Okay.
the dice.
So 20. You would be able to get a good read on him. How does Sunset feel about not having a job?
Sunset doesn't feel bad at all. He's fine with it. I mean, he knows what he's good at, and he's resorting to this kind of lifestyle by necessity, not by skill certainly or choice. So we'll probably run into this situation a few times where I'm gonna have to kind of learn how to fit in to heists and stuff. The only job I've done, I was accused of murdering someone. So it'll give you an indication of how good I am at this.
I was testing out the. Could you guys see what I said?
Yeah.
Okay, because I said it in Goblin.
Oh, and it just said it in English.
Oh, did you? I think you have to. It probably. Did you say that you said it in Goblin?
Yeah, I said the language to Goblin because
I speak Goblin.
Okay, I don't speak Goblin, and I have no idea what it says. It just looks like weird letters.
Oh, cool.
Perfect. So polyglot does work. Okay.
Yeah,
I want to make sure
That's
polyglot
super cool.
works.
That's super cool.
So, those who speak Goblin knows that he said, "Poor sad robot."
Robot feel bad.
Robot feel bad. That's right.
I didn't understand that.
So just as a whatchamacallit, a preview, there's another module that allows like NPCs to just like have random text.
I can't read it.
The best part is
the
audience can't read it either. The audience just sees random letters, so they don't know what Garth is saying either.
Oh,
All right.
for the stream, yeah.
Yeah. I'll need to.
Ooh, that one's pretty. I can't read it, but that one's fancy text.
Alrighty. Sonnet will then will actually speak within your head again, Sunset. Are you going to continue searching here, or will you investigate the other locations?
So then Sunset would kick that to the crowd and ask, "Is it settled then? We shall obtain this bag of holding, or shall we rob the old lady?"
I think it's worth just looking at the other areas. That's my opinion. I don't know.
It's not my afterlife we're fucking up by pissing off an elder human, so...
The last job that I did, I almost died, so not in super great mood to get into some more violence. But that's me. The bird.
I mean,
The bird.
Elders are pretty badass. They can do stuff, so...
How do you know?
Let's check it out, though. I like watching, waiting, and then murdering when they least expect it. So, yeah, I'm into that.
Well,
And just think...
Go ahead.
Well, if we go here, then we have to murder, maybe 5 or 6 people. But if we go to the old ladies, we can probably trick her. And then even if we do have to murder her, it's only one person.
I mean, she'll remember that when she dies, like, next year. And then, like, human afterlife for you is going to be, like, 40 years of her waiting to fuck your shit up. But, I'm okay with that.
Sunset would say, "This toaster does not understand or acknowledge existence of the afterlife. I am of the opinion that this location is probable success. However, Warforged would be difficult to handle even at night. The old lady, however, we may run into feral enemies without notice, but I think we can easily dispatch of them."
Quick question, DM.
Yeah.
How high were the ceilings in this place?
Like, we're talking probably 3-4 joints in. Just kidding. They're like
Don't ever.
like 30, 45 feet.
Okay, and that was
Pretty
everywhere.
In the main zone here.
Gotcha.
The shopping, not the shopping, but like the entryway area. It was your typical. I think they're 10 feet tall ceilings.
Gotcha.
And in here, it was about 15 feet, a little taller, but not quite the max height of the major area.
Okay, and was it just like a solid ceiling, or were there windows above, or
Solid ceiling.
like skylight?
You do know that this is so the cogs technically doesn't have.
Sorry, went to the
You're good.
Brown accent.
The cogs technically doesn't have like a lot of the they don't need that support structure going all the way up through. Like a lot of the cogs are actually like just standard buildings, but a lot of them are still built super thick to help try to insulate it away from the heat of the lava place that is pretty close to right beneath it.
Gotcha.
So like there is a roof that you could get on top of, but it looked like it was sealed, like around it and such.
So no Mission Impossible rappelling from the skylight.
Yeah, unless you guys were to break through the stone, there's not really a way for you guys to get in through the roof, most likely.
Bum, 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 bum. Okay.
Spoiler: if I remembered, I totally forgot to put the second floor into this building that I was going to, so that's why there is no roof.
Sweet.
You can see actually the stairs where I was about to build it, and I messed up.
Let's creep on the old lady.
Want to keep over to the old lady?
Let's creep on her.
Alrighty. I
like
will
Spud does on me.
activate the scene.
Sunset would relay that to the beautiful and deadly sonnet.
So that's
Cat lady.
hold on. What is? I need to
Yeah,
figure something
just
out.
basically.
I'm able to pull everybody correct.
I'm in Greyland. Ah, here we go.
Still loading. Okay, I'm in. We're in.
All right, sorry. This one might take a little bit to load. So
Why does Tyra keep getting twisted?
I'm at 90%. Oh, there
How are
we
you
go.
doing that?
Oh, on my mouse pad. Sorry.
yeah, there's a means to rotate the tokens, but I don't know which button it is, and I find it hilarious that you found the button because I don't know what it is still.
Well, it only kind of like halfway works. Oh, there, I'm better
no.
now. No. Oh, God. Oh, nope. I'm still not straight. Oh, well. It works, I guess.
Hold on, guys. I messed up.
What
I
did you
messed up the big
do?
time. I pressed the back button.
You're
Like a legend. I'm a legend.
a living legend, dude. Done.
I need to reopen this freaking link. Link.
Makes you feel any better. I just realized I didn't populate any of the scenes. I populated them on the other one that we only did a session 0 today on. So while you're working on that, I'm currently populating the scenes. So
You're welcome. This was planned.
totally planned.
Hey, what's the number on top? I know our health is on bottom, number 28, but what's the number on top?
Should be your AC, I believe.
Yeah, 14. Oh, okay. That's bad.
And
The top number is the AC. Oh, are we doing rolled health or just
the start is going to be what's normal. When the level up does occur, it will be rolled health.
gotcha.
All right.
Understood.
I just realized that I'm once again still stupid. Gosh dang it. I'll draw it in. I totally forgot to add the path here. There is a path across this bridge that goes over there.
We jumped.
So in front of each of these areas is like a small path that'll attach. Are you still trying to taunt people?
What?
That's so cool that it's different fonts. Yours looks very elegant. I like that you describe Goblin as gibberish.
That was Thieves Can't. The other
Yeah,
one
what does
before
Goblin
was
look like?
Aarakocra.
Like ruins. So all these red squares, can you guys see those red squares? Yeah. All those red squares are not really, they're not at target stairs, they're pathways you guys can use to go across. So only you can't because there's a wall in the way.
I hit
But I'll
the
delete
back
it.
button too. I fucked up.
So I'll delete this invisible wall so you guys can still move across. All right. So I'll say you guys are still able to walk over to these paths here. As you guys are in this area, I'm going to do mostly Theater of the Mind area for right now. As you guys are here, it took you guys another, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hour walk to get to here from where you guys were at. So we're getting close to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Generally, in most places it's still pretty sunny, but we're in, Lower Dura here. So simply because of the buildings, like it is starting to get a little darker quicker than what it naturally would be. You guys are able to see through the windows, kind of looking around. A lot of them, this building here, kind of like peeking through and looking through. There's a lot of like, you guys see like just kind of like broken furniture in there, as well as like, you look at there we go through this window. See some broken furniture as well as some a lot of like alcohol bottles in here on this floor. On this floor, you guys see a shitload of cats. Like
I
a
don't like cats.
bunch of cats are in here, and they're just like all over the place. Every now and then you do see an old lady kind of like come downstairs and walk over and like pet one of the cats and then like move out somewhere else. If you guys are going to do like some very hardcore looky-looing into here, I'll need you guys to roll a stealth check to kind of like see if you can do it unnoticed.
I can send my spider in again.
You can. These are cats, however. Remember that.
True.
And there's a lot of them. But if you want to send your spider in, you're more than welcome to. And then I will say, as you guys explore a little bit further and over into this area, you do see a kind of a noble gentleman looking dude that is inside his house up north. Kind of looking around. It looks like there was a horse stable, but it's no longer there. Like there's not a horse there. That's mostly what you guys are able to catch a view of, is that.
Do we know where exactly the lady lives? Is this the lady's place? All of this?
It looks like there's 3 different homes here.
Okay. And we don't know which one's hers.
Correct.
I'm going to roll.
But I mean, the only place that's shown an old lady has been the one on the corner, catty corner there.
With the cats?
With the cats.
Okay, well, I can roll to do that. Is that a D20 plus our stealth modifier?
Are you getting mad because I'm saying cat a lot? Did I wake you up, you little turd?
Perfect.
What's that? So what were you going to be rolling for to do? To look into?
Stealth, if you guys want me to go in and check out the crazy cat lady house.
Kind of just peeking through the windows?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and roll stealth as you get closer to kind of look in there and try not to look suspicious as you're peeking in.
And I rolled 13 for Frederick.
A 13, also for stealth?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he can, I'll try and get him on the walls or the ceiling, so maybe it'll be harder for them to spot him, but...
That's the wrong button. Oh, I've really done it now.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I fell asleep kind of like sitting here for like a micro 20 seconds or whatever, so.
How dare you? I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, I'm an old man.
Because you normally go to bed at 8:30.
I'm an old person.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, I'm pretty sure my roommate went into his bedroom and turned off the lights at 7:15, which is remarkable.
He sounds like my type of boyfriend. Is he single?
He just started COVID dating someone.
Well,
Oh, really?
Yeah, Match.com.
it sounds expensive.
Oh, Dudley full on like fell asleep. Like Jess had to tell me like our last Ghost of Saltmarsh session before the break. She's like, "Yeah, Dudley's asleep. He just fallen into a coma." Oh shit. Okay, I guess we're stopping. I'm a great DM.
when you have a lot of stuff going on, like that's just how it goes, man.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're in comfortable like office chairs or couches, staring at a screen, it's just not the same.
That's a good idea.
You're like sitting on your counter.
While you're sitting on the
I'm
toilet still?
standing.
I just pictured me like sitting on a counter, like in the middle of a kitchen with like no back, like a stone counter.
All right. What's your spider's AC?
My spider's AC.
Oh no.
The AC of a spider is 12.
12. So it actually got in pretty good. It wasn't able to get upstairs at all. Basically rolled per room.
Mm-hmm.
Before it got high enough. Let me see. Let me open up this cat. 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 Cat.
Now you're just teasing Bo.
That's right. Normal attack. That's a 10. So it jumps up but misses. Why is there a -2 on there? I have to look into that math as to why it's -2. Oh, because it's got a +0 to hit. Okay. Okay. So a 10 misses the spider, correct? All right. So it does avoid the attack from that cat. However, now that one cat's attacked at it, the other cats are now like taking notice of it. So you could probably
have had him go to the ceiling as quickly as possible.
Yes. There's quite a bit of debris in here, and the cats are like getting closer. There's still like opportunity for the cats to get to the spider, but you do see a bathroom, and looking around, you see like several places where something could be like stashed away on the base floor, but likely it's on the upper floor. There's a second floor here. Do you want to make another stealth check and see if you can go to the second floor?
Yeah. And you said there's like 3 homes here?
There are 3, yes. There's the one on the caddy corner here, this one here, and this one over here. You guys did see a gentleman living in this one.
We can't see it, I don't think.
If you zoom up, it's up.
It's
so up north. Up north. You'd have to move your character up there.
Here. Oh, gotcha.
I'll move him up there. Move Garth up there so you guys can kind of get a view.
I will roll that stealth check. 16.
16?
Correct.
All right. Cat's got distracted by something else.
Matt, should I have shared vision, or are we just? Am I looking at the live stream?
You should have shared vision, but right now, like I'm not really showing anything even for him currently.
Okay.
So it's just more of description.
He went into black for me.
Gotcha. Yeah. So for some reason, it's not sharing vision with you for some reason. You do see a wardrobe. It's probably a bit too heavy for the spider to get in. But it looks like that's likely where like stuff is being stored. And the whole time the old lady's like going, "Ka-choo, and like and saying stuff to all the different cats. You see like even more cats upstairs. We're talking like 20 cats.
I'm good now, Matt.
Legitimately terrifying for a bird.
It popped in like 10 seconds ago, Matt. So I don't know if something changed, but now I've got shared.
Detect magic again, just a sec.
I also have that, Khalil. If you don't want to burn it twice, I can do that.
Yeah, it's once per long rest, and then I have to start burning spell slots.
I'll do it.
I kind of want to hold on to our spell slots till we get down to business.
It is kind of, yeah. It is sort of nice.
It takes a week.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah. I think we have a pretty good idea where shit might be for her, though. I don't think we have to.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, if we can just intimidate her to death if it comes to that.
Intimidate her to death.
That is a possibility. Sorry, this was all supposed to be bigger, but I messed up. So I'll delete these invisible walls on the edges so you guys can actually walk around.
Okay. So it doesn't look like I can get over there, Matt. I don't know if maybe I need to
go all the way up here and like exit out of that path and then walk around.
You can't your guy can't just walk over right here.
Oh, that's what he just did. Tempted token collides with at least one wall. Yeah, I tried a bunch.
Why is there?
You can't just draw a straight line. You have to like walk around the walls.
Walk around.
You have to walk across the bridge.
Yeah, here, I'll just move you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because for some reason, those walls are still prevalent for you guys, even though I've deleted them.
Looks like Khalil went over, though, just fine. I don't know what.
Because I walked across a bridge. Oh, that's a teleport thing. You're doing the target at stairs thing.
Yeah, it's not currently active.
Is
It
it
was
working?
active, but then I had to redo it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was working. I had to redo it. Sadly.
You
So
really want to get that stuff to work. But
Okay.
so so you guys are or are not casting.
Yeah, I forgot about the long rest thing, so I won't use it. It is an old lady.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to surmise with the spiders traveling that it's likely in the second floor.
Okay.
okay, how long have we been here, and what kind of people have we seen? Also, Garth is like trying to keep a low profile, like low key stealth. Like when I got here, I rolled a 10 for stealth just to kind of stay under the radar.
Yeah. So for the most part, it's you do see like a couple of guards kind of walk through the area, and they take notice of you guys, but they don't seem to do anything. It's just more of like on the par of things. They're not like being all like mean or anything like that. They just like see you. While you guys are away and not right by the old lady's entrance, kind of while you guys are just kind of like casing the area, one of the guards actually walks up to the door and knocks on it for a little bit. I will say if I'll toss this out there, if everyone could roll a perception check for me to see if you guys can overhear the conversation that they have. Give me just a moment.
Matt, I don't know if I need it or not, if it's called for at this point. I just rolled a stealth, though, in case we're, like, exposed.
Okay. I'll say, like, if you're doing all this stuff kind of sneakily, so it's on the quiet side. Like you are kind of invisible to some of these people. We're almost done.
I'm sorry.
Garth, you have 2 rolls in here. Why?
Oh, because I.
Oh, you rolled it yourself. We'll take your first one.
Okay, nice.
So, so Garth and Tyra, you guys can overhear this conversation that's happening. The guard seems to be asking the old lady, "Everything doing good? How are the cats?" Like they're just kind of like checking up on the lady, essentially. And she goes, "Oh yes, they're all mighty fine. Have you seen?" And she asks them basically, "Have you seen my son Elrond?" And she kind of like, "Come in, I can tell you all about his adventures." And they're like, "No, thank you, ma'am." Elrond.
Elrond.
Elrand. Elrond.
Of Rivendell?
Of Rivendell. Of Riverdale.
Of Riverdale? Of Gatortown?
I feel like Sunset and I are talking about the absurdity of milk while this is going on, since we both rolled 6s.
Yeah, I'm talking about how, like, it's good that she already lost her son, so, like, she doesn't have much left to live for.
So, and she offers like to like, "Come on in. I've got some tea. I can tell you all of his great stories." And they're like, "No, thank you, ma'am. You have a great evening, all right?" And they came in to check on him, and then they kind of move on their way. So, it looks like
human
that.
Guards too, right?
Let's do a roll because I didn't decide their race yet.
And, yeah, humans like majority population, but this is a weird area.
You roll a 1 and it's 2 Bodax.
Your mom's the majority of the population.
So yeah, they're in the higher population. So I would say one of them is a human. The other one is probably with the 77. Let's say they're an elf.
Did you say higher part of the population?
Yeah. So
and where would Warforged be in that population hierarchy, Matt?
No, like the
wherever
percentage.
The bottom is.
Like the first guy was.
So they don't get added to the census. It's like how many toasters?
Well, they haven't done the census yet.
Listen,
they do the census every decade. So yeah, one of them's human, the other one's elven.
Almond-eyed freaks.
Ew. Ugh.
Knife ears.
Giant dick.
Guys, I got an idea. So, she wants to tell stories, which is a big part of elders. What if we get Tyra, who is a human, to pretend to be a guard? And she goes in there and they talk and talk and talk about her dead son. She respects her elders. We go in and rob. No. We go in there and get the thing.
It's burglary if you're
Yeah.
not committing violence.
Burgle.
Yes.
We'll burgle the old lady.
I
So you're
could
fine
just,
with burgling old women, but not lying to them.
Well,
And
you know
drink
what?
milk.
The way I rationalize it, and milk is delicious and nutritious.
Debatable.
Yeah. Okay. It's not my elders, and it really doesn't affect me a whole lot. And Tyra's willing to take this risk on herself, so I'm willing to look the other way. But
I don't think Tyra's even said anything about it.
I mean, why do I even have to pretend to be a guard? Why can't I just go and tell her that I'm a bard and want to tell the story of her son?
And we're
Even
back
better.
to lying to elders.
that's even better because you're not lying to your elders, and yeah. That's I like it. I don't know where murder comes into it because that's kind of all they do, but
if things go poorly and she does not fall for the rouse, please strike a note of C# and I shall come inside the building. Oftentimes, elderly humans will simply die at the sight of me.
Has Frederick come back out of the house yet?
Yeah, I'll say by now he's come out of the house.
Okay. I'd like him to crawl onto Garth stealthily.
Make a stealth check. Garth, what's your passive perception?
16.
You
Dang it.
definitely see this spider crawling on you.
All right, just a sec. It's crawling on me, or
It's coming up to you to crawl on you.
The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the guard's back.
So that's a. Oh, you're seeing what your reaction would be.
yeah, I don't know because I've met Frederick. Yeah, I think I would like see it kind of spaz out a little bit and but no better than to flick it, and he would like toss it back at Keekwick.
It would.
It gets different every time. I love it.
Quick.
Quick,
Quick.
All right. So after a little spasm from the spider, you guys kind of have a semblance of the two locations. We'll go ahead and close up there for the time being. If you guys wanted to, while you're looking through the spider's eyes, you would have counted just above 30 cats.
Cool. That's a lot of
30?
cats.
30 cats.
She
We
not
can
only
get
collects
more
items,
cat.
but beings as well.
I'm
Are
calling
you
the
doing mob rule for the
ASPCA.
cat?
What was that,
Does
Tyler?
the ASPCA exist
I
here?
said I'm calling the ASPCA on her.
There's a lot of cats in this house.
There's probably
And-
some druid that it's like cat domain or something like that.
And I mean, you can see just filth as well. Like that's all those little green stains. It's bad. Actually, make another perception check through the spider, if you
Okay.
could.
I think I will
I think
kill her.
-1 to the spider. Let me see here. Spider's perception. That's wisdom based, right? +0. Okay.
Yeah, and they'd have a bonus.
I am calculating it may be best for the cats if
10?
we kill her.
You notice that the majority of the cats, like not even just the cats, like the carpet, everywhere in there, like there's just a film. Like it is nasty in there. There's still
funny.
food. One more
She
time.
doesn't own these cats. They're her stray cats.
They're her stray cats. But yeah, it's just like
Nasty.
It's nasty in there. So
Does it smell
it's like
cat pee?
yeah. Oh, it
Does it
smells like
taste
that. It smells like some rot. There's definitely like an acrid smell in the air.
Can I taste it?
As the spider,
No,
I think
like,
you can just
does
see and
the air taste like?
well, you can only
Yes.
hear. You can only hear and see. You guys are smelling this from the outside of the house. Like it smells bad. And you could probably surmise that's likely why the guards didn't want to go in because they could already smell how bad it smelled from the outside.
I love that we're keeping Tyra up just so we can describe the
describe this.
smell of cat piss in depth.
I will say, as someone who only recently has had cats and lived with dogs all my life, they are impressively smelly.
Yeah.
Glad I've never had to deal with them.
It's a joy and a privilege.
Let's rob this dying human already.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right. So we'll plan that. We'll do that for the next session. So we're at 9 o'clock here. So
Okay.
So that is where we'll end. You guys get to rob this lady. You guys have kind of scan this area, or you can go after the thugs. So
Next time we'll check out the magic shop if that's what we choose to do.
So far, yeah. Alrighty. So we'll leave it there. Thanks, guys. I know it's a lot of just exposition and not exposition, but like more of exploring. But honestly, that's kind of going to be. If you guys want things to be picked up and paced, let me know, for sure.
Oh, that was good. That was fun.
I'm liking it.
Yeah,
it's nice.
I could engage with stuff.
Got some kind of building the party dynamics. Feel like me and Garth are going to keep you busy, Matt.
Hell yeah.
Keep you, or I should say, distracted. Out of character, I'm calculating a pretty good odds that this lady doesn't survive next session.
At least a few of her cats are gonna die.
Yeah. Like we could probably die to 30 cats attacking us. Like,
Yeah.
Again,
Again, Kid, not a fan of cats. Feels like they're hunting him. He is a bird.
And has AoE, so that's gonna be.
If enough cats attack Sunset, he's gonna probably engage and go into
Why would you want to get married because of cats?
Out of principle.
Was it Circle of Daggers or no? What was it?
I think you're thinking of the
Circle Blades.
Are you talking about all the cats? I think it's a ranger archetype, but no.
Sphere of Daggers?
Yeah. No, it's a spell. Bard.
Cloud of Daggers.
Cloud of Daggers.
Cloud.
Yeah.
That was my go.
Like
That was
a spinning circle of blades. It's like, we could use something like that for cats.
Guys, do you think that this lady is a swarm keeper ranger?
Oh, fuck.
And her swarm is cats?
Yeah, she totally is.
That'd be, I would love to make a swarm master ranger that uses chickens. Like, like at one point you're able to get
through the chickens.
Yeah,
That's the
like
best.
he's made quote unquote mage hand. It's like, go grab that for me, chicken. And you can technically hover and fly, which means he just has a whole bunch of chickens grabbing him by its clothes.
Zelda style, Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream there.